Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not
We will bring the jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy. The dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican for his service Latino.
Is that correct?
Oh, from C.
Literally not true.
I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
All right, welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Hope your lunch was as great as mine. I had it early, so but great lunch anyway. Let's see. Welcome back. We're going to be going to court here in just a minute.
Proof is on the prosecutor in your trial. You're not required to call any witnesses nor present any defense. And if you
He's talking to somebody else. He's doing other docket work while we wait for our case to come back. Let's see. Who was first in chat? Oh, I see. It was Greeners. Congratulations, Greeners. You were first in chat, and because of that, we're going to punish you. Internet ownership. The rest of the day, it's all you. Can I just tell you what a relief it is to get something that I was supposed to do a long time ago done? I cannot tell you how much better I feel looking over at my shelf of collectibles from court and otherwise, and not staring guiltily at Karen Reed's taillight. I'm so glad I got that shipped out. I'm so sorry, little Stubby, for the long delay in getting that to you. Hopefully the little extras we included made it worth the wait. So we did include a few extras as an apology, but wonderful. All right. Yeah, it's I have nothing on my plate now. I'm not I'm not worried. All right, but it is delivered, and thank you once again for your massive donation to the Children's Hospital. Little Stubby, that was awesome. So, and I know you got it because you sent me a note, and you read it, and it was amazing. So, yeah, what's 2 months? A 2-month delay, that's like normal, right? Yeah. Anyway, it feels really good to get something. I was thinking about that because I'm pretty sure when I went to UPS, I had to sign something to ship it to you, and that's the last time I signed anything. And now we're following a court that's dealing all with signatures, right? And if there was ever a time to have a good signature, I guess signing on a petition is one. Because if you have bad penmanship and everyone else who signs your page has bad penmanship, and you also are blessed with a bad memory like myself, somebody else could go to jail because of your bad penmanship. So let's get ready for this. This is a strange little case. I think it's going to be quicker than they expect. But this is. I think we're about to return from lunch break. Yeah, we're about to go to break just for a second. And we'll start. Let's see. I am Super T. I'm very, very upset with you. You did not inform us that Stevens Cocoa is addictive. Oh, I just assumed when it said chocolate that you realized that Stevens Cocoa is absolutely crazily addicted. I had 3 cups of it last night. One of them at 1 a.m. Why? Because I was up checking on the printer. I don't know why I check on the printer. It has never failed for me. It's always just printed what I wanted it to print. And it was printing something for my son who was leaving tomorrow morning at dark 30. And by dark 30, I mean 3 a.m. when I have to be on the road driving him and the whole family because they all want to see him off. So the whole family has to be up, dressed, ready, and driving to the airport at 3 a.m. I'm going to have to get some Mountain Dew. I know I've been good all year. I have not had any Mountain Dew this year. But soon it will be a full week, and I just don't think I can. I just don't think I can go that trip without just a little bit of a pick-me-up, just in case. So, yeah, but the whole family wants to see him off, and we'll get him on the plane and off to back to college up in Idaho. And he's super excited. He's doing really well in school, by the way. And he's one of those poor unfortunate students who learning just comes easy, right? They sit down in math and they start drawing pretty pictures with exponents and weird signs on the board, and he's like, oh yeah, I see. And like, you don't even need like a paper, scratch paper or a calculator or anything. You just, it's like, yeah, because it's like zoom. That's me. Anyway, let's see. I don't know how I'm going to handle my daughter going off to college. Time flies. It's hard. And what's harder is it's Mrs. R.A.'s birthday tomorrow. So in addition to getting like no sleep, I don't know how we're going to, because she's going to want to take a nap probably during the day. And then I want to maybe take her out for dinner. Not lobster. She's not a lobster fan. We're probably going to go to a Mexican restaurant because she loves a good, not spicy, but a good flavorful Mexican dish. So we'll figure out something. You know what lobster leads to? Apparently we do. We learned. And yeah. Sounds like Miss Sari needs a brand new picture frame with her college kiddos in it. We're getting a picture as well.
Was Barry mad?
Not at all. He's never mad, you know that.
Are we getting to see Barry? We're talking about Barry. Barry is our undersheriff. Maybe he's going to be a witness today. Love to see him dragged in here. Rexburg. Lori Wallace, Rexburg. Imagine your baby up and moving to England and him 25. Oh, that's a big jump. I've seen her mad in person. She's a regular old curmudgeon. A digital picture frame. That's a great idea, Kim. Do you think I could get it here by tomorrow? I'm sorry, I'm rewatching this clip of cats.
Thank you. Please be
in
seated.
hard hats hammering.
Thank you, ladies and
together like
gentlemen,
construction
for getting
workers.
back
I
to
can't
the
stop watching.
courthouse promptly. Everyone was able to follow my instruction over the lunch break, correct? Great. Ms. Tranter, call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Barry Riley.
Stay standing, face me, raise your right hand. You swear from the testimony you give these proceedings to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You can have a seat.
Here's Barry.
Awesome, thank you.
Good afternoon, Sheriff. If you could state your name for us, please.
Sure, my name is Barry Riley.
And how are you employed?
I am the Sheriff of Warren County.
Okay, you are the elected sheriff, correct?
That is correct.
When were you elected?
January of 2025 is when I took office.
Okay.
So
And
5 days or a year.
How
5
were
days
you
ago.
employed in January of 2024?
In January of 2024, I was the Chief Deputy of the Warren County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. And sir, are you a registered voter?
I am.
All right. And when you became a registered voter, did you fill out a signature card?
I believe I did.
Okay.
I think that's part of
Probably
the
quite a
process.
while ago, right?
Yes.
Don't
All right,
forge the
I'm
sheriff's signature.
Put on
Lesson
the
number 1.
screen, States Exhibit 1A, okay? And this, would you agree, this is your registration card for your voting?
I would agree, yes.
Okay. And I'm going to draw your attention
Defendant's falling
specifically
asleep.
to the signature line, okay? Is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign that document?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about January 4th of 2024. Do you recall on that date were you approached to sign an initiative petition to create the Ohio Citizens Redistricting Committee?
I do not recall that at all.
Okay. And I'm going to put up States Exhibit number 1. Have you ever seen that particular document before?
I have.
Okay. In what capacity have you seen that?
Detective Jenkinson shared it with me when he was talking to me about the process and his investigation.
Okay. Prior to his investigation and him contacting you, had you ever seen that document?
I have not.
Okay. And I'm now going to turn, for the record, to the first page of signatures. I'm going to draw your attention to box number 1. And that appears to be your information on there, correct?
That is my name and address, yes.
Okay.
In your
And
handwriting?
the address that is reflected on Exhibit 1, was that your address in January of 2024?
Yes.
Okay, understand my question?
Yes.
Okay, so that was your correct address. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the signature. Is that your signature?
It is not.
Did you sign that document?
I did not.
Did you give permission to anyone else to sign your name on that document?
Absolutely not.
How did you first become aware that your signature appeared on this document in State's Exhibit 1?
So I was contacted by the director of the Warren County Board of Elections, Brian Sleeth, and he says, "Hey man, seeing something kind of funny here. Is this your signature?" And he sent me a screenshot of it, and I'm like, "Nope." And he said, "Okay, we got it from there," and that was it.
Okay, so you verified with him that was not your signature?
That is correct.
Okay. Do you know the defendant in this matter at all?
I do not.
Had any dealings with him professionally or personally at all?
Not that I know of.
Ever seen him before that you can remember?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. Now, Sheriff, we've already had some testimony that the Board of Elections has a process where certain people can have their addresses redacted from the public information that is available through the Board of Elections.
Oh.
Okay?
She
Are you
just
aware of
asked
that
him this
process?
today.
I am.
Okay. Have you personally taken advantage of that to have your address redacted from anything that's at the Board of Elections?
I have not.
Okay, so theoretically, your address is out there.
It is.
Okay. All right, so after you were contacted by Brian Sleeth, at some point you had a contact with Detective Jenkinson, is that correct?
In August of 24, yes.
Okay, and what happened with that?
Detective Jenkinson reached out and said, "Hey, I'm investigating this crime. I understand that you did not sign this document. I verified with him I did not sign that document, and he asked me to fill out a witness statement, and which I promptly did and returned to him, I believe, that same day."
Okay.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Legally
Thank you,
Blonde.
sir. I have no
5
further questions for you.
memberships.
Cross.
Thank you, Sheriff Riley.
Absolutely.
Just briefly ask, have you ever signed any petitions before this?
Yes.
Forgive me, scratch that.
Election ones.
That was butchering. To your recollection, have you ever signed petitions before being handed out by circulators?
Yes, I have.
Any in particular you recall?
I do not.
Okay. And just confident that you absolutely did not sign this one, correct?
100% did not sign that one.
Thank you. No further questions.
Any redirect?
No, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Sheriff Riley, please reduce them to writing. Do not discuss or display any proposed question with other members of the jury.
Now we go into private time. I hope the jury asks the question, is it your handwriting on that form with your address, name and address? Is that your handwriting? Because I think you'd have to say yes, or it appears to be. Maybe he filled out like the address and everything. He's like, "Oh, sure, I'll sign." Now, what is this for again? And he got all the way to the signature, and he's like, ridiculous. I don't know. I'm not sure if my boss would like that, or I'm not sure if the commission would like me voting for this. I'm not going to sign. So we got to that far and just didn't sign. And the dude's like, "Well, I'm going to get you the last mile." Still illegal. Still illegal. Question for Sheriff Barry: when will there be a speed trap for Route 85? Sheriff looks a little bit like Teller, or is it Penn? Teller. Teller's the silent one. So looks, but does not sound like. Nobody knows what Teller sounds like. The sheriff's surprised to be here. He has that look about him that he was not expecting to be a witness. His constituents want to know. The people need to know. When's the next When's the next traffic enforcement effort? Let's see. What is this about? This is a fraud. Well, not a fraud. This is a forgery case involving one of those guys that goes around and tries to get signatures to get people to sign on a referendum or get something added to the ballot, right? So, yes, it borderlines politics, but really this is just a company that sends people out to get signatures. They're paid to do this. So if you wanted to run for office and you wanted your name to appear on the ballot, one of the ways you could get on the ballot is you just run around. You just have to get 10% of the people who voted for your governor or...
Go ahead, Mr. Gibbs.
Oh.
Well, Sheriff Riley, just one brief follow-up question, sir. You had testified earlier that you have signed petitions in the past. Do you recall when you signed those petitions? Did the circulator, did they ask for your identification?
Oh, it's a great question, and I don't know if they've asked for. Most of the time when I have signed a petition, it's by somebody that I know and they know me, if I have. So, yeah,
Okay.
they wouldn't have asked for my identification, I don't believe.
I understand. But you can't recall the specific time where you remember pulling out the wallet and,
No, sir, I do not recall a time where I've pulled out my wallet and physically identified myself.
Yeah. Thank you. No further.
Any questions, Ms. Tranter?
Just as a follow-up to that, can the petitions that you have signed in the past, has it always been for somebody that you know, or can you recall a time where you were walking down the street and would have signed a petition for
I
somebody?
cannot recall a time where I've ever signed a petition for or with somebody that I didn't know.
Okay. Nothing further, Connor. Thank you.
All right, Sheriff, the members of the jury do not have any questions for you, so you may step down.
No questions.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Man. I wonder if the defense is just saying, look, my guy was just doing his job. He just ran into a string of dishonest people who all
Next
claimed to be
witness,
somebody
Your Honor,
else.
is Melody Ashby.
Amy, follow me, please. Step around there. I'm trying to figure out where we want to put your purse there. Got it?
Ma'am, step right up. There's a slot for your purse
Raise
right
your hand
there.
for me. You swear from the testimony you'll give in these proceedings to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. There's water here if you need it, and that's a touchscreen.
Okay. Ms. Ashby, if you could.
Hang on.
oh,
Go ahead, slide in a little bit closer there, get a little closer to that microphone.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Perfect. That's what I was going to ask you to do as well.
Sorry,
That's
stole your thunder.
You did steal my thunder. All right, Miss Ashby, we need you to keep your voice up nice and loud, okay, so everybody can hear you. Can
Okay.
you tell us what your name is, please?
Melody Ann Ashby.
Okay, and can you spell your first and last name for the court reporter?
My first name is Melodee. Last name Ashby.
Okay, and Miss Ashby, what's your date of birth?
June 7th, 1947.
All right. And are you a registered voter, ma'am?
I got
Yes.
I got
And do you
distracted was the word.
recall what, I'm going to refer you to January of last year, or 2 years ago,
Thank you,
January of
goodness.
24. I'm still in 25 apparently. Where were you living?
613 Frank.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. We're not going to... I got subtracted. I forgot to subtract the audio.
And I'm going to show you, Miss Ashby, what I have already marked as State's Exhibit number 3B. And if I tell you that's your voter registration card, does that look familiar to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And I want to talk to you specifically about the signature line that is right here.
Yes.
Okay? Is that your signature?
It looks like it.
Okay. And I also want to show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit number 3.
Ms. Tranter, what is her exhibit number for her card?
3B, like boy.
Because
Did I mess that up?
it's okay. I'll switch it on my sheet here.
Oh, did I have to switch?
I have 3A as Melody and 3B as James.
Oh,
Just make sure that whatever they're marked, I'll just change it on this.
Yeah, 3B should be Melody. Sorry, that's my
All right. Go
my
ahead. I'm
fault.
sorry.
And then 3A is James.
I got you.
Do
Go
you
ahead.
have that he has passed away? Because I had told the sheriff.
We'll talk about that in a
Okay.
minute, okay? So I want you to take a look right now, Ms. Ashby, at State's Exhibit number 3, okay?
Okay.
Do you recognize that document at all?
No,
Do you think you've ever seen it?
no.
Okay. And I'm going to show you on that same document, I'm going to turn to page 2 on the signature line. And each of these boxes is numbered, so I want you to take a look at number 17.
Number 17, okay.
Got it?
Yes.
And does
Sarah
that, as
Sherbet.
far as the name and the
OG,
address, is that
22
your
months.
information? Does that look correct?
Yeah, the name and the address is
The
correct.
name and the address, the 613 Franklin Road.
Ma'am.
No, I want you to look at this signature line.
Yes.
Is that your signature?
No,
Okay. Did you sign that document?
no,
Did you ask or give anybody permission to sign that document
no,
in your name?
no.
Okay. Do you know the defendant in this matter, Mr. Rouse?
No,
Ever seen him before?
no.
Okay. Now let's talk for a minute about James.
Okay.
Okay? Who is James Ashby?
He was my husband.
Okay. And James is no longer with us, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
When did James pass away?
July the 9th of this year. Oh, well, 25.
25. I know, see, I did the same thing. It's hard to get into that 26 mindset. So July of 25, and prior to his passing, back in January of 24, you all were married?
Yes,
Were you living together?
yes.
Was his address the same address as yours at 6? Okay. And what was James's date of birth?
Uh,
March 3rd, 19.
Please stop
Okay.
repeating everything.
And to your knowledge, was James a registered voter?
yes,
And what was, were you both retired
yes.
at that point?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you spend your time?
I did it
Did you spend a lot of time together?
Oh, yes, we were married almost 56 years. 1 month being shy of 56 years.
Okay.
Wow.
All
That's
right.
awesome.
Did you go places together?
Oh, yes,
Do things together?
yes.
Okay. Was there ever a time when you would be out without him or he would be out without you?
Yes.
Okay. Did that happen frequently?
About once a week, he went out with a group of men for breakfast.
Okay. All right.
Other than that, not too much.
Other than that, you were pretty tied together?
Yes.
Okay. You said you'd been married how long? 56
I might as well
years?
say 56 years because it was 1 month shy.
Okay. All right. Well, that definitely counts. 56 years. That's a long time. In that
gonna
56
count it.
years, do you think that you were familiar with your husband's signature?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Seen him sign documents? Okay. I'm going to show you what I've marked now as State's Exhibit 3A. Okay? And this is a voter registration card for James Ashby. Okay? And I want you to refer to that signature line right there.
Okay.
Okay? Do you recognize that to be your
Yes.
husband's signature?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. And we're gonna have I'm gonna have the same document put up here, State's Exhibit number 3, but this time, instead of looking at number 17, I want you to look at number 18, okay?
Okay.
And the name and the address on there,
Yes.
does that correspond to your husband's name and his address?
Yes. And I'm surprised that Junior on there, though he was, some of his documents are Junior, but I know he never put Junior.
He never signed junior? Okay. Was he in fact a junior?
Yeah, his father had the same name.
Father was James Ashby
Yeah.
Senior?
Yeah.
Ashby Senior? Okay. But he didn't sign his
It's not
documents.
looking good for the
junior,
defendant.
That you know of?
Not that I know of.
Okay. And in fact, if we go back to 3B, or 3A, I'm sorry, there's no junior on that, correct? All right. So if we look at now the signature line on box 18, which would be right here where I'm pointing,
Yes.
does that appear to be your husband's signature?
No way.
No way?
No way.
Okay.
No.
No way.
And I think I've asked you this, but I'm gonna ask you again, just in case, because I can't remember. In the document that I showed you on 17, did you give anybody permission to sign your name to that document?
No.
Okay. And did your husband give you permission to sign his name
No.
to that document?
No.
No? All right, how did you become aware that your signature was on that document I showed you in States number 3?
I received a letter from the court, or from Mr. Hounshell, or
Mr. Head Honcho?
Mr. Cornshell, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
all right.
received a letter from that office.
Okay, and at some point, did you talk to, either in person or on the phone, this detective right here from the Lebanon Police Department? Does he look familiar to you?
Kinda.
Kinda? Okay. Did you talk to somebody from the Lebanon Police
Yes.
Department?
Yes.
Okay. And did they ask you to fill out a statement when they talked to you? Do you
No.
remember?
No.
No, they asked me questions.
They asked you questions,
But I didn't
okay,
fill
and you
out
just
a
answered them verbally? Okay.
But I did not fill out a statement.
All right, Miss Ashby, that's all the questions I have for you, okay?
Okay.
So thank you for your time, and I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Cross.
Hi, Mrs. Ashby.
Hi.
Just a few quick questions.
Okay.
Have you ever signed a petition before that you can remember?
No, I've never signed a petition.
Have you ever, when your husband was living, did he ever mention, or did you ever see or know of him signing a petition?
No, we never did, as far as I know.
Understand. Thank you for your time today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Ms. Ashby, reduced into writing, do not discuss or display any proposed question with other members of the jury. I got it.
Judge is going to put us in timeout. There we go. Okay, so this one looks bad for the defendant because she says, I've never signed one. This isn't a case of, oh, I might have signed and forgot. It's I've never signed. Plus, when my husband was alive, he never wrote his name Junior. He hated being called Junior. Never, ever. And this guy wrote his Junior. So it's looking bad. It's looking bad. What should happen to him? I don't know what the penalties are on this one. I'm leaning guilty, Josh. It's not looking good. I mean, here's the thing. It looks to me like this guy might be good with handwriting. So he gets the registration forms legally, because you can. They're public record. And he mimics their handwriting and then just wings it on the signature. It's a class 5 felony. Ooh. Core penalties for election falsification: imprisonment 6 to 12 months in prison, fines up to $2,500. Would this be one offense or multiple? Would they be concurrent or consecutive?
Ms. Ashby, the members of the jury do not have any questions for you, so you may step down. You are excused.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next witness, please.
Next witness will be Scott Reberg.
I'm surprised he showed up, says the investigator. I'm surprised he showed up. Investigator throws a little shade at this witness, gives him the slant eye.
I do. Water if you need it, that's good.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reberg. Thank you for giving us some time today. We'll try not to keep you too long, okay? First thing I need you to do is state your name for me, and if you could spell your last name, please.
Scott Rayberg.
Reberg.
Rehberg.
Businessman.
My apologies.
That's okay.
For butchering your name. Okay, Mr. Rayberg, can you confirm where you lived on December the 22nd of 2023?
1150.
All right. And are you a registered voter, sir?
Yes.
And I'm going to show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit 4A. Okay? And this is a copy of your voter registration. And I want to direct your attention to the bottom line here, where the signature is. Is that your signature?
Yes.
Okay. And now I want to draw your attention to State's Exhibit number 4. Have you ever seen that document before?
No.
Okay. And we're going to flip to page 7 of State's Exhibit 4. And I am going to draw your attention to the very bottom box, which is box number 35. Okay? And as far as, without looking at the signature yet, but just the name and the address, is that your identifying information? If you can make it out?
The address looks correct. Signature is not.
Okay. And yeah, the bottom line on your signature, that is not your signature?
That is not my signature.
Did you sign that document?
No, that is not my handwriting.
Okay. Did you give anyone else permission on your behalf to sign that document?
I did not.
Okay. And do you know the defendant in this matter, Mr. Rouse?
I do not.
Okay. Ever seen him before?
I have not.
Ever had any dealings with him in any capacity, personal or professional?
I have not.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I have no further questions for you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Cross.
Mr. Rehberg, to your recollection, have you ever signed a petition before?
Not that I can recall, but that doesn't mean that I haven't.
That's
And
right.
you're confident that you didn't sign this specific petition?
Absolutely.
Okay. No further questions?
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know the routine by now. If you have any questions, please reduce them to writing.
Well, questions for this witness? I'm going to say no questions. The answers were identical to previous witnesses, and we had no questions during that point. I don't think they're going to have questions unless somebody knows this witness, which I don't think they'd be on the jury.
Birthday.
Happy birthday to you, too. Waiting. No questions.
All right, Mr. Rayberg, the members of the jury do not have any questions for you, so you may step down. You are excused. Thank you, sir. Yep.
Next witness is Caitlin Dressler.
Defense attorney saying you're going to jail, man. You're going to jail. That's pretty much it. Hey, ma'am, come on in, have a seat.
Stay standing, raise your right hand.
What are you waiting for? Why are we waiting?
Water if you need it, that's tough.
We might get through this case today. That'd be
Okay,
great.
good afternoon, Ms. Dressler. You can start off by giving us your name. If you could spell your first name and your last name for me, make sure we get it right.
Okay, Caitlin Marie Dressler, Caitlin, and last name Dressler.
Okay, and Ms. Dressler, if you could confirm for me, what was your address on January the 4th of 2024?
3756 Kiever Pass.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So
all
quick
right,
with
and
this.
ma'am, are you a registered voter?
Yes.
Okay. And I am going to show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit 2A. And this is a copy of your voter registration card. And I want to draw your attention to the very bottom here where there's a signature. Is that your signature?
It looks like it, but
looks like it?
I may have rushed it.
May have rushed it. That's
Did
not a
that
good
pass
one.
for your signature? And it's a little old, right?
Yes.
This is, I think, dated 2016, probably when you first
Oh,
registered.
so I had just gotten married, so yeah.
Okay, so your name had just changed from a maiden name.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. So your signature may have evolved since then.
Yeah, I've practiced it a few more times.
Gotcha, okay, that makes sense. I'm surprised you didn't sign your maiden name. I know I did that, right?
I still do sometimes.
All right, and I'm gonna show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit number 2. Have you seen that document before?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that you're aware of? Doesn't look familiar to you? Okay. And do you recall, Ms. Dressler, were you ever approached specifically on January 4th of 2024 about signing an initiative petition to redo the format of redistricting in Ohio?
Not that I can recall, no.
Okay, I'm going to show you that same document again, which is Exhibit 2, and we're going to refer to page 4 of the signatures, on the signature pages.
This is about lots of
And
forgeries.
I want to direct your attention to box number 19, which is right here. And as far as the name and the address goes,
I'm not
does that
hearing the
correspond
addresses.
with your name and
They're
address
different.
at
They're
that
very
time?
much different addresses.
Yes.
Yeah, not looking at the signature yet, just the name and address.
Yes.
That information is correct, right? And then if we could go down, drop down to the signature line, is that your signature?
No, it is definitely
Did
not.
you ever sign that document?
No.
Okay. Did you ever give anyone permission to sign that document for you?
No.
Are you familiar, do you know the defendant in this matter, Mr. Rouse?
I do not.
Okay, ever seen him before?
Not
Okay.
that I
Ever
recall.
have any interactions with him in a personal or professional capacity that you can recall?
No.
Okay. Now, we've already established that you're married, correct?
Congratulations.
Okay, who's your husband?
Adam Dressler.
Adam Dressler? Okay. And
Legally Blonde.
When did
How's
you all get
Adam? Is he a
married?
good guy?
Oh, September 18th, 2016.
Congratulations.
Didn't know I was getting tested.
that, I was gonna say, that'll be on the quiz later, right? So you've been
Barb,
married
welcome
for
to the
about 10
gallery.
years-ish, right?
Yes.
Okay, have you had occasion to see Adam's signature on documents before?
Yes.
Do you think you would recognize his
Absolutely.
signature? Okay, and I'm gonna show you that same document, which is State's Exhibit number 2, and I'm gonna refer to the box that's right below yours, which is number 20, okay? Does that look like your husband's signature?
Not at all.
Not at all? Okay.
Is the husband not coming in? Let's get Adam in here.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Tressler. I have no further questions for you.
Cross.
Hello, Ms. Dressler. Just a few quick questions. To your recollection, have you ever signed a petition before?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Okay. And
Skybell, that's
again, to
awesome.
your knowledge, has your husband ever signed a petition?
Not that I know of.
And
Would he tell you if he did?
Obviously, to sum it up, you're confident you haven't signed this, or that that's not your signature, correct?
That is definitely not my signature.
All right, no further questions.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Ms. Dressler, please reduce them to writing. Do
Okay.
not discuss or display
I hate
any
to spoil it
proposed
for you,
question with
but
other
unless we
members
get
of the
some
jury.
weird sort of statement in the direct or redirect, we're not going to get any more jury questions. The jury's heard everything they need to have heard from these witnesses. These signatures don't match. It wasn't them. It wasn't me. They did not sign. But does that mean the defendant is guilty? Not necessarily. There still may be room for reasonable doubt. I think the state has to prove that he did it. Because if he went somewhere else and there was a group of people who's like, hey, I think it would be really funny if we pranked this signature collector dude and we all signed people who weren't there. We got someone's real names and
All right, Ms.
and
Dressler,
fake
the members of the
signatures.
jury do not have any questions for you, so you may step down and you are excused.
Okay, thank you. Have
Thank
a
you.
great day.
You too. Next witness, please.
Next witness is Adam Dressler.
Barb, congratulations. OG. Here's Adam. Adam, your better half was just in here. How you doing? Actually, she's leaving. You passed each other in the courtroom.
Stay standing. Raise your right hand. You swear affirm the testimony you're giving
Tall man.
the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, see? Water if you need it.
Thanks.
All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Dressler.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for joining us today. Let's start off by giving us
subpoenaed, I had
your
to.
name, please.
Adam Dressler.
Okay, and if you could, sir, if you would verify your address, the address where you lived on January 4th of 2024.
That would be 3.
Wow.
I don't remember what the zip code is up here.
That's okay. Keebler Pass, though. All right. And are you a registered voter?
I am.
Okay, I'm going to show you, Mr. Dressler,
find out
what
if
I
your
have
wife
marked
knows
as
you very well.
States Exhibit 2B.
We asked her some questions about you, and she answered.
I'm gonna tell you
Let's see if
that
she
that
was
is your
right.
voter registration card. And I want to draw your attention specifically on this document to the box down here, the signature box. Is that your signature?
It is.
And do you recall, sir, specifically on January 4th of 2024, or any time for that matter, were you ever approached to, by someone asking for your signature on an initiative petition for a redistricting amendment?
I was not.
Okay, and I'm going to show you States Exhibit number 2. Do you recognize that document at all? Ever seen it before?
I do not.
All right. And Mr. Dressler, now we're going to look at that same document, and we're going to flip for the record to page 4 of the signatures. And I want to draw your attention to box 20, which is the very bottom box here, okay? And without looking at the signature at this point, let's just talk about the name and the address. Is that your name and address as it was on January the 4th of 24?
Yes.
Okay, that information is correct.
Yes.
All right, and then now let's look at the signature down at the bottom. Is that your signature?
No.
Okay. Did you sign that document?
I did not.
Did you give anyone permission on your behalf to sign that document?
I did not.
Okay. And are you familiar with the defendant in this matter at all, Mr. Rouse?
I am not.
Ever seen him before?
Nope.
Okay. Never had any dealings with him professionally or personally?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
And you're married to Caitlin, right?
I am.
Okay. And we've established through her testimony you guys have been married for a while. Are you familiar with Caitlin's signature?
Probably.
Probably? Okay. Well, let's test that. Box 19. Do you recognize that signature right
I do
there to
not.
be your wife's?
No.
Okay. Does that look like her signature at all?
Nope. Or
No.
her handwriting.
Different handwriting?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, sir, I have no further questions for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Dressler.
How you doing?
Hey, Adam.
Doing well. Just a few quick questions for you. To your recollection, have you ever signed a petition before?
I have not.
So it would be your testimony you've never signed a petition?
I don't believe I've signed a petition, no.
No further questions.
Okay.
Redirect.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Mr. Dressler, please reduce them to writing.
The judge doesn't even bother turning off the camera. You don't get private time. He's like, what? There are no questions. We know there are no questions.
All right, Mr. Dressler, the members of the jury do not have any questions for you, so you are excused and may step down. Thank you, sir.
Next witness will be Kim Fladung.
They have to prove every charge. So they need every one of the 12 or 13 witnesses to say that's not my signature. Question is, how many witnesses have we had so far? Who wants to go back and count?
Yes. Maybe stay standing, face me, raise your right hand, please. You swear affirm the testimony you give these proceedings to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Water if you need it.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I'm still shuffling here. Let me get the appropriate documents. sir. Let's start off. Give us your name, please, and if you'd spell your last name and tell me how to pronounce it.
Sure, it's Kim Flooding. The spelling is Fladung. It's pronounced Flooding.
Flooding,
Yes.
okay. All right,
F-L-A-D-U-N-G.
and Mr. Flooding, can you please confirm for me
D-U-N-G.
the
Floodung?
address where you lived on January the 4th,
Floodung?
2024?
256
I think it's Fladung, not Flooding.
zip code.
Okay.
You might be the first generation that pronounced
All
it that way.
right, and are you a registered voter, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I am going to show you a document which we previously marked as State's Exhibit 2C. And on this document, I'm going to refer you to the signature box right there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you recognize that signature?
I do.
Is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Looks like maybe an electronic version, but, and now I am going to, well, let me ask you this. Have you, sir, specifically on January 4th of 2024, or any time for that matter, were you ever approached to sign an initiative petition for a redistricting constitutional amendment?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And now I'm going to show you what I have marked as State's Exhibit number 2. Have you ever seen that document before?
I have not.
All right, and on that same document, which is Exhibit 2, we're going to flip to the 5th page of the signatures. And I'm going to direct your attention to the very top box, which is box 21 on
Yes.
this. Just looking at the name and the address, does that information correspond to your identifying information?
It does.
Okay, same name, same address, correct?
Yes.
Now, if you look down at the signature line for me, is that your signature?
It is not.
Okay. Did you sign that document?
I did not.
Did you give anyone permission to sign that document on your behalf?
I did not.
Okay. And do you know the defendant in this matter, Mr. Rouse?
I do not.
Okay. Ever seen him before?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Ever recall any sort of interaction with him personally, professionally, or otherwise?
No.
Okay. Okay, sir, I have no further questions for you.
Cross?
Defense just has 2 questions. Defense like, can you do a little more than that? Nope.
Just a few questions.
2 is
In
about.
your memory, have you ever signed a petition before?
In my memory, I think I may have, but it's been a very long time ago.
Okay, so nothing recent.
No.
And again, just to be crystal clear, I already covered with the prosecutor, of course, but you didn't sign this petition, correct?
No.
Those other times when you did sign a petition, do you recall, did you have to show your identification or any kind of verification of who you were?
To be honest, I don't remember.
No further questions?
Any redirect?
No, sir, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Mr. Flooding, please reduce them to writing. Do not discuss or display any proposed question with other members of the jury.
No private time. Are we done, ma'am? You got what, 2 left? What do you think defense's case is going to be?
All right, Mr. Flooding, the members of the
Should
jury
we
have
take
no
the
questions
stand?
for you, so you may step down and are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next witness.
Joy
Josh has
Friday?
to be here till the rest of the trial. It's joy, but not the joy that works downstairs. It's a different joy. This joy does not work with Noel. The other guy at the prosecution is an investigator.
Face me and raise your right hand. You swear from the testimony you're going to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
There's water there if you need it, and that's
Hi. Good afternoon, Ms. Friday. Hi. If you could start out by giving us your name, please.
Joy Friday.
Okay, traditional spelling? Mm-hmm. Okay, and can you
Like
confirm
Monday,
for me,
only
Ms. Friday,
later.
what was your address on January the 4th of 2024?
Do.
And are you a registered voter?
Yes.
I am going to put up on this screen for you, which will show up right in front of you, so you can see it a little better.
Okay.
States Exhibit 1D. And this is your voter registration card. And I want to draw your attention to this very bottom box here where it says your signature. Is that indeed your signature?
Yes.
Okay. And have you specifically referring to January the 4th of
What did he get on his
2024,
hands?
or any time for that matter, have you ever been approached to sign, or were you ever approached to sign an initiative petition for a redistricting constitutional amendment?
No.
Okay. I'm now going to show you, Ms. Friday, what I've marked as States Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize that document at all?
No, unless it's something that police officer that came to my house might have shown me.
Okay.
I do not remember.
It is.
Prior to the police officer coming to your house,
Prior to the police officer, no.
you've not seen that document before. Okay. Now we're going to take a look at that same document, and we're going to flip to the second page where the signatures are, and I am going to refer you
This defendant
specifically
looks so
to
bored.
box number 9. Okay? And without looking at the signature right now, the name and the address, does that information correspond to your name and address at that time?
Yeah, that's my name and address.
Okay. Is that your printing, your handwriting?
No.
Okay. Now specifically, let's look at the signature line on the bottom of that box. Is that your signature?
No.
Did you sign that document?
No.
Did you give anyone permission to sign your name to that document?
No.
And are you familiar with the defendant in this matter, Mr. Rouse?
No.
Ever seen him before?
No.
Okay. Had any dealings with him personally, professionally that you can recall at all?
No.
Okay. And you said that you were contacted by the police regarding this? Okay. Was that by this detective right here? Do you recall?
Maybe. I think so.
Okay. Is that the first time that you heard your name was affixed to
Yes.
this document? Okay. Okay, ma'am, I have no further questions for you. Thank you. Hang on just a second.
Whoa.
Cross.
Cross-examination.
Hello, Ms. Friday, just a few questions.
I think they're going to be
In your recollection, have you ever signed a petition
concurrent.
before?
No.
And again, just to surmise, you're confident that that's definitely not your signature?
No. Not my signature.
And just to be clear, you're saying you've never signed a petition before?
Not that I can recall, no.
No further questions, thank you.
Redirect.
No, sir,
I've
thank you.
signed some.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any
Can't remember what they
questions
were.
for Ms. Friday, please reduce them to writing.
No questions. We're going to get in timeout, Judge? No? What does the sign say behind the prosecutors? Next time we go there, there's like one line of the sign. I've asked this before, and I don't remember what the answer was. Defense attorney's like, but you're pretty much hosed. I mean, I'm doing everything I can for you, but you
All right,
picked
Ms.
the
Friday,
wrong
the members of the
names.
jury do not have any questions for you, so you may step down and you are excused. Thank you for your time.
Next witness, Your Honor, is Stephen Drake.
Drake.
Where can I find that?
Raise your right hand. You swear from the testimony you give these proceedings to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Thank you.
This is not
Sorry
like
about
a
that.
capital
I'm
murder
still
case, but she's got documents.
All right, sir. Please give us your
coming out
name.
of her ears.
Stephen Drake.
Okay. And Mr. Drake, how are you employed?
I'm employed with the City of Lebanon Police Department.
Okay.
Oh, goody.
And can
Picked
you
another winner.
confirm your address as of the date of December 22nd, 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
It's such and such. You can tell by me wearing the Lebanon
Are you a
shirt.
registered voter in the state of Ohio?
I am.
Okay. And did you have occasion on December 22nd of 2023 to sign an initiative petition to create the Ohio Citizens Redistricting Committee?
I did.
Okay. And how did you come to sign that petition?
I had the gentleman that had the petition out that day. I'd been moved to a new position where I'm primarily in downtown Lebanon. So I walk all of downtown, so I know pretty much everybody, all the shop owners, the regular people.
The regular people that own shops.
I had known Mr. X for
Legal
several
Blonde,
years,
do you know
I
him?
believe, up to this point, just in my interaction, doing my duties in downtown. So I had
Mr.
already
X.
had some interaction with him on the day that he approached me with the petition.
Okay, just as a part of normal patrols, hey, how you doing, that kind of thing?
Correct.
All right, now you referred to him as Mr. X. Is that what you called him?
X, Xavier, it was just easier. We'd yell at each other across the street, so it was just easier to just call him.
Okay, so how did you come to
We'd yell at each
sign
other?
the petition on this particular day?
My recollection, I'm just out doing my thing, run into him. I noticed he had a clipboard and he explained what the petition was about. I thought it sounded like a good idea, so there's where he, outside of the business that he works, is May Ploys.
Hang on.
There in downtown Lebanon. So there's a bunch of tables out there. So we just leaned over on one of the tables. I filled out the petition. He kind of explained it to me. I filled out the pertinent information and then signed the petition.
Okay, you see the
So you were
person
on
who
duty?
Gave you that petition to sign in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you tell
you
me where he's
filled out
seated and what he's
political
wearing,
stuff?
please?
He's wearing the black suit at the defense table.
Identifying the defendant.
Does
Thank
that
you, Your
violate
Honor.
the Hatch Act?
All right, and I'm going to show you what I've marked as states number 5. Okay, do you recognize that document?
I do.
Okay, and would states number 5 be the front page, a copy of a front page of
Yes.
the petition that you signed?
Yes.
All right, now we're going to flip to page number 3, signature page number 3. And I want to draw your attention up here to the very first box.
Yes.
And that's box number 11 for the record. Okay. And does that have your information on it?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And well, let me ask you this. Did you fill out all this information?
That looks like my handwriting, yes.
Okay, so you would have filled out your name?
Yes.
Okay, how about the address here? What is that address?
217 East Silver.
Okay, and was that your primary address at the time?
Yes,
Okay, you filled that information?
I did.
Okay, and Lebanon, Warren County, and the zip code, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the signature down here, is that your signature?
That is my signature.
Okay, and you did sign that day, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, do you recall when you were signing this, did the defendant ask for identification from you, like a driver's license or an ID?
He may have. I don't recall.
You don't recall?
He might have because
Okay.
I missed one,
generally
sorry.
I don't carry that with me when I'm on duty. But I don't recall 100%.
You don't recall one way or another?
Yes, ma'am.
If you did, okay. And again, if you recall, I realize it's been a little while, but when you signed this petition, did the defendant have, well, no, scratch that.
Scratch it.
Let me ask you this. When you approached him to sign the petition, did you have any information in your hands? Like paperwork of any type? Can you recall?
Other than the utensils that I use when I'm working in downtown, I
Like a
wouldn't have
fork
had
and a
anything else
spoon?
with me.
Okay. And how about him? Do you recall seeing him have any sort of paperwork other than the petitions?
I just remember the petition, a clipboard. I think he had some writing utensils in case I didn't have any. That's all my recollection.
Okay. Do you recall if he was the only one out circulating the petition at the time, or did he have somebody with him?
I believe he was the only one out there at the time.
Okay. This is a silly question, and you might not know, you might not be able to recall this either, but do you recall what the weather was on December the 22nd of 2023? When you
Well, I
signed
know it
this?
wasn't raining, because I don't usually go out when it's raining, but to my recollection, it was a decent, normal winter day.
Okay. All
Decent
right.
normal.
Okay, I have no further questions for you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Cross?
Thank you, Officer Drake. So, forgive me if I'm repetitive at all here, but again, just to be sure I'm understanding everything clearly, you did sign this petition, correct?
Yes, sir, I did.
That was just shown to you. And where were you when you signed this petition?
So on South Broadway Street is where he worked at the time. There's on the sidewalk about mid-block, it's on the same side as the Golden Lamb, is May Ploys. They're in the first floor of the building that he works in, and I don't know if he was on the second or third floor where he worked. There's a bunch of tables, spread out there along the sidewalk. I think my recollection was he was already out there, and I just happened to be walking by, and that's where our interaction started.
Okay. Now, you mentioned knowing Mr. Rouse, is that correct?
That's correct.
And how do you know Mr. Rouse?
Just, he works in that building. I'm always there in the area. I live less than a couple of blocks from downtown, so if I'm not working, I'm down there frequently as well. And just walking and seeing him, we just struck up a conversation one day, introduced ourselves, and we said hello every time we saw each other.
We yell at each other across the
Okay.
street.
And you've mentioned where he worked. Do you know where it is he worked?
I believe he worked in Dave Ernst's office, but I don't know that 100%.
And is that a law office?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you do know you've seen him around there. That was your understanding, is that he worked there.
That's
He works in a law office?
Earlier, speaking with the prosecutor, you mentioned some interactions with Mr. Rouse. Is that correct?
Just
So he should
seeing
know
each other
better?
on the street, saying hi and bye. Seeing them, he would take his break and sit at the table that I signed the petition at, and that was the extent of our interaction.
Okay. Now, you were asked by the prosecutor concerning whether you were asked to show ID when you signed this, and you said you don't recall. Is that correct?
I don't recall. I don't.
Have you ever signed any other petition that you remember?
I'm sure I have, but the older I get, but I don't normally sign petitions because usually, in my experience here in Lebanon, is they're knocking on my door at home. So I don't generally. And if I had to guess, I would say maybe once or twice before.
Okay.
In this particular setup where we saw each other on a public street.
Okay. Yeah, and again, I know this is a stretch maybe on your memory. If you don't remember it, that's fine. But those other one or two times, do you recall, did they ask for identification or any type of verification who you were?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I don't.
Now, one other question the prosecutor had for you was concerning Mr. Rouse. You said that he was alone when you did the form with him, correct?
I did not see anybody that appeared like they were having the same petition signed. My interaction was only with him.
Now, is it possible that maybe he was a part of a team and he was at one location, but they were at another location on a corner? Like, did he tell you that he was there alone? Did you know confidently, or was it an assumption?
We didn't talk about that particular aspect. I wouldn't have any knowledge if he was with a group or not.
So Mr. Rouse explained the petition to you. Did he strong-arm you into signing it at all or anything like that?
No.
Okay, so he just explained it and left it up to you?
Yes.
That's the right way
Did
to
he
do
offer
it.
to fill it in for you?
Not to my knowledge.
No further questions.
Any redirect?
No, sir, thank you.
If you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, for Officer Drake, please reduce them to writing. Do not discuss or display any proposed question with other members of the jury.
Mr. X, Mr. Xavier. Not his name. Issues? I don't know. Zazakia, Sahabia, Roos. That's what I'm going with on the pronunciation. Ooh, we have a question. Dang it, Josh. Josh said he was going to gift memberships if there were no more questions for the rest of the trial. You're off the hook, Josh. You can save that money and put it back into the football betting fund for next year. I think the defense attorney's side said he's going to take the stand in opening. I think he's got to. He made a joke about signing with an ex. It must have given him ideas. Tish, I hope you get to serve. I really do.
All right, Officer Drake, the members of the jury have a few questions for you, and I'll read them.
Yes, sir.
You'll answer them, and then the attorneys may have some follow-up for you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Did Advanced Micro-Targeting have an office in Dave Ernst's office?
I do not have any knowledge of that.
Why was the defendant circulating at that address?
I can't answer that either, other than I know he worked in that building.
What time of day did you sign the petition?
My recollection midday, but I don't recall.
Since the defendant was working for a company to collect signatures, did he have any identifying badge, ID, or clothes?
Not to my recollection, but I may not have paid enough attention because I already knew who he was. So,
On your beat this day or other days, did you see anyone else sign the petition?
no, sir.
Any questions, Ms. Tranter?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Gibbs?
I would just ask one brief follow-up on there for the building. Is it my understanding that he was outside?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to be sure that was the only thing.
All right, you may step down. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next witness is Joanne Weaver.
Yes, the man with the cane is the defendant. He occasionally leaves the trial during the trial as well. Here's Joanne wearing a red shirt like me. She got the memo, although I'm wearing the forest green pants. Lots of red shirts here today.
One more.
Stay standing, face me, repeat. You swear affirm the testimony you give these proceedings to be the truth, the only truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I did.
Good, have a seat. There's water if you need it, and that's touching.
Beautiful.
Good afternoon, Ms. Weaver.
Good afternoon.
If you could keep your voice up nice and loud for us so we can
You
hear
got
you, okay? Let's start off, and if you could spell your first and say your name, spell your first and last name for the record, just to make sure we get it right.
Yeah, it's Joanna Weaver, JoannaWeaver.
Okay.
You need to
And
move
Ms.
your hair
Weaver,
so you
can you
keep the brand shut
confirm
up.
the address where you lived on December the 22nd of 2023?
Yes,
It was
Lebanon, Ohio.
in Lebanon.
Okay. And are you a registered voter in the state of Ohio?
I am.
All right. And drawing your attention to December the 22nd of 2023, did you have occasion to sign an initiative petition specifically regarding the redistricting of the Ohio Citizens Redistricting Committee?
I don't really have any recollection of
Okay.
signing it, no.
Okay. Let me do this. Okay. I'm going to show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit number 5. Okay?
All right.
Does that first page look familiar to you at all?
No.
Okay. I'm going to flip to the first page of signatures on this document, okay? And I'm going to direct your attention to the very top box there, box number 1, okay? And let's talk about the name and the address on there.
Yeah.
Is that your identifying information?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. And
The defendant was an employee paid to collect
do you recall
signatures.
filling that out? Well, let me ask you this. Did you fill it out?
It's definitely my signature and my handwriting.
Okay.
So, but I don't recall.
You don't
filling
have an
it out.
independent recollection of
No.
actually signing it?
I don't.
Okay. But this is your handwriting, you're printing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this signature here at the bottom, that is your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And would you have given anyone else permission to sign that document on your behalf?
It's possible, but I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
Yeah.
Okay. So if this signature is there, chances are that you're the one that signed it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about box number 2 as well, okay? And, because that has the same address as your address on South Mechanic Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is it Timothy Schoner?
Yes, that's my ex-husband.
That's your ex-husband? Okay. You lived together on Mechanic Street at the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this, are you familiar with your ex-husband's signature?
Yes.
Okay. Does the signature
it's
on
on our
box
divorce
2 look like
papers.
his signature?
It does.
Okay. Do you have, let me ask you this. Do you have any recollection of the circumstances where you would potentially have signed this document? Like, as far as where you did it, how it was provided to you, that kind of thing?
I don't remember, no. I do know, because I work at the smoke shop,
Hey,
and X
shout
used
out.
to come into the smoke shop, so it's possible that I signed it there, but I don't have any recollection.
Lebanon
Okay. Where's the smoke shop located?
601 East Main Street. It's right there next to all the restaurants
Do you have a
and
special
everything.
today?
Fast food restaurants.
The
in
fast food
Lebanon.
restaurants, okay.
Yeah.
And you just referred, I believe, to the defendant as X, so you know the defendant?
I do, briefly. He just came into the smoke shop.
Okay, just from your employment
Yeah.
purposes, okay. Do you recall him specifically asking you to sign a petition at all?
I don't. I know there were points where he was coming in and asking, like, employees and an occasional customer to sign these, but I don't remember signing it myself. so,
Specifically?
yeah.
Okay, but you recall him coming into the shop?
Yes, ma'am.
Or, well, I should ask, was he coming into the shop, or was he kind of standing out on the outside? Do you
Coming into
recall?
the shop. He was a customer.
He was a customer?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right.
You can't get better advertising than that. Legally, at a smoke shop.
Okay, Ms. Weaver, I have no further questions for you, thank you.
Cross.
Caitlin Newell says, I'm in Lebanon, Indiana.
Ms. Weaver, just a few follow-up questions here. So if I understand correctly, it's my understanding that you did identify that as your signature?
Yes.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, even though you can't remember maybe the specifics, you do believe you did sign that?
Yeah, it's very possible, yeah.
Understand? And you weren't asked for any identification before you signed it, were you?
No.
Kayla, you are an OG, 28
No, Your Honor,
months.
thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Ms. Weaver, please reduce them to writing.
What is the point of the smoke shop? Is it a vape shop? I mean, how many places now actually sell, like, pipes and bongs, and I don't know. I don't even know. And not being a smoker, are they selling like paper, tobacco, loose leaf? I don't know. Smoked bacon. Oh yeah, it could be a restaurant. Why did I just immediately just assume that they have everything in New York? Tons of places sell cigarettes. They sell brisket. Oh, good brisket. I'm Super T, non-smoker for 39 days.
Count.
Oops, sorry, that was super loud. I apologize. That was on me. That one is on me, guys. We do have questions, so the council is going to approach where they talk over the questions, decide which ones get asked. Keep it up. Sorry, I'm so sorry for your eardrums, everybody. We all assumed it. Cigars? Are Cuban cigars legal? I always thought that like Cuban cigars were like smuggled in. Is that a thing? My friend's uncle, growing up, would smoke his cigars, and he happened to also be on the police force, and so we would you can smell a cigar from a mile away. I'm sorry, if you smoke cigars, people who don't smell cigars can smell them from a mile away, and so if we were going to trespass on some land that we'd like to trespass on, that the city did not want us to trespass on, we would just smell for the cigar. If you could smell the cigar, he was out and about. He'd catch us trespassing, and then we couldn't cut through his yard and go onto the city property. But Amos OG, member for 13 months. We know it's been longer.
Ms. Weaver, I'm having Ms. Tranter put back up there the signature page. The juror has the question, the names and addresses of Joanne and her ex-husband appear to be written by the same person. Did you fill both of those out?
It's very possible, yeah.
Did you sign his name?
You did not sign where his name is.
It's possible I even signed for him at the time, or he signed, I don't know. I don't really have a recollection of this taking place, but it is definitely my handwriting.
Whoa.
But where he signed it, is that his signature or is that your signature?
It looks like his signature.
Okay. Ms. Tranter, any questions based on the jury's questions?
It's possible.
No, Your Honor.
I forged my ex-husband's signature on this document.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time,
Run,
we're going
ma'am.
to take a 15-minute break.
Run, ma'am. Run.
Remember, my prior instructions do not discuss or allow anyone to discuss with you in your presence anything about the case. So it's about 2:45. We'll come back at 3 o'clock.
Google says it's cigars and tobacco and vape. Reviews suggest it's not as good as it used to be. Defendant is having a tough time. He's got a tummy ache. Not sure why. Sherry and Max, 624, member for 15 months. Time flies when you're having fun. Thank you. Sherry and Max, thank you. Thank you. It does definitely fly. 15 months is wonderful. I think we might have... Are we going to bring in her husband, do you think?
We see
the ex?
Ms. Tranter,
How long do you have?
are
What's
we
the
moving
schedule?
faster than you anticipated?
Say yes.
I did, but we're moving right along, so we're good.
Okay.
I may be, if we go till 4:30, I may be able to get through my 2 elections people, potentially Detective Jenkinson, because he's not going to take very long at all.
Because he didn't do anything, right?
Basically.
Basically.
I've got a approximately 7-minute video to play with him.
I don't see a video listed in your exhibit list. Is that?
It's the body cam. It's Exhibit 6.
Oh. Oh, BWC.
BWC.
I kept thinking
Kells
Bureau of Workers'
bells.
Compensation. What does that have to do with this camera? Okay, that's the video.
Body worn camera.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
it's about 7
Okay,
minutes.
so let's at least, and I know Mr. Rouse probably has to use the bathroom, but jury instructions, have you guys had a chance to just look at those?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything from you? I take it Mr. Rouse intends to testify?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't need to, I mean, I know you can change your mind, but I need to clean that up in there. And then we have no expert witnesses, correct?
Correct.
So I can remove that language and try to consolidate some of the
Instructions.
stuff, okay?
Kells bells,
all right.
2 years. OG.
BWC,
Body worn camera.
Bureau of Workers' Compensation. Okay, so there is a video. Okay, anything else then?
No, sir.
And I think the verdict forms that were sent to you were incorrect, and Marcus has redone them, but I think he needs to add language with regard to the age of exhibits 1 through, I'm sorry,
It's counts-
13, 14, 15, 4 of them have to have the
13,
additional
14,
findings.
there should be 3, yeah.
3?
13, 14, and 15.
Okay, 13,
yeah.
13, 14, and 15. Okay,
That should cover it.
great. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
All right, we get a little bit of a break. We'll be back to this court, But let's take a quick gander around and see if there's anybody else that we need to visit in the world of true crime. Burnett Circuit Court is still live. We haven't been there in a while. That's this one over here. Let me go Super Source. Presets 2 box, like so. Wait. Super Source box sources. 1 is going to be 8. And swap. Okay, here we go. What are they doing? I think they're frozen. Yeah, they're frozen. Fourth District Court. Arts, Beats, and Eats. Not giving out tickets right now. Let's see who else we have. Ooh. Who's this? Who's this right here?
Further, Mr. Carpenter.
Nope, I guess that's all.
There being nothing further to come before the court is in recess. Mr. Carpenter, have a good day.
Hey, you too, sir.
He gone. Here, let me show you this so we can watch them both. All right. Judge Simpson was on a roll at lunchtime. How to be able to forge the signatures perfectly? I don't know. I'm trying to think if Mrs. R.A. has ever signed for me. I'm pretty sure I probably signed.
Next case on
for her
first
on
appearance,
text.
criminal docket, State of Kansas versus Daniel Lynn Jimenez Jr., 26 CR 3. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
You are charged by way of information in count 1 on or about January 2nd, 2026 in Butler County, Kansas with robbery, a level 5 person felony.
Robbery?
And this was as to Brandon Jimenez. Count 2, same date and location, aggravated intimidation of a witness or victim, a level 6 person felony. And once again, this was a Brendan Jimenez. In count 3, you're charged on or about the same date and location, aggravated assault, level 7 person felony. And this was as to a Brendan Jimenez or Jennifer Jimenez with a handgun. Count 4, same date and location, criminal restraint, a class A person misdemeanor of a Jennifer Jimenez. Count 5, same date and location, domestic battery, class B person misdemeanor. Count 6, same date and location, interference with law enforcement officer, class A non-person misdemeanor. Count 7.
That's a bad dude.
Same date and location, criminal damage to property, a door belonging to a Jennifer Jimenez, a class B non-person misdemeanor. And Mr. Jimenez, those are the charges pending against you. Do you understand the charges?
Yes, sir, I do, but I don't.
Okay, you do have the right to counsel. If you cannot afford an attorney, One would be appointed to represent you.
I do, but I
Mr.
don't.
Jimenez, are you currently employed?
I am not, sir. I am on disability.
So based on your lack of financial wherewithal, the court does appoint counsel to represent you. The court appoints Jim Watts to represent you at all stages of the proceedings. Jim Watts is appointed to represent you at all stages of the proceedings. The court sets this matter next before Judge Satterfield, and that would be on Monday, February 9, 2026 at 2:30. Monday, February 9, 2026 at 2:30 before Judge Satterfield by Zoom on the felony preliminary hearing control docket. Next item of business is to set appropriate bond for you. And Mr. Jimenez, what is your current residential address?
It is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Sesame Street.
And how long have you lived there?
20 years.
And do you reside at that residence with any other party?
Yes, with my wife and my son and my daughter.
It's always a party.
All right. And their respective names?
As Jennifer is my wife, Brennan is my son, and Olivia is my daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Jimenez.
They
Do you have other family members that live in Butler County, Kansas?
Yes, sir. And my wife and my son have gone to stay at her mother's.
All right. And what are your other family members in Butler County?
I have a cousin who lives there in Leon as well. My wife has more family here than I do, and she has opted to go and stay at her mom's so I can come home to the house.
Thank you, Mr. Jimenez. And recommendation for appropriate bond from the state and Ms. Pierce.
Judge, we are recommending a $20,000 cash or surety bond. This very serious charges with regard to the aggravated intimidation of a witness as well as the robbery. Those are all mid-level felonies. Aggravated assault, serious person felonies. The criminal history of the defendant we were unable to access as that particular system was down. But as far as some of the facts of the case, some of this was occurred in front of law enforcement officers. There was interference, there was restraints that were needed. There was some admission to some of it. There was under the influence at the time, and various stories given to the law enforcement by the defendant. If the court or if the defendant is able to make bond, we would ask that there be no contact with the victim or property while the victim lives there. No drugs or alcohol. We would recommend a scram unit as the alcohol was involved, and no firearms or weapons, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. I think the conditions of bond for prohibition, Mr. Jimenez, makes sense of no possession or consumption of alcohol or illegal drugs by yourself. I think it makes sense. The condition of your bond.
You have to do it with friends.
No firearms.
This judge is really loud.
I believe it's also appropriate that you not have any contact with the alleged victims in the case or the property. If the property at the address on High Street in Leon is vacated with verification by law enforcement, I wouldn't have a problem with you being at those premises, but you'd have to verify back through law enforcement that the alleged victims have vacated those premises. That's the only way you'd be free to go back there. And the other thing, the other condition of your bond would be what's called a scram unit, which would monitor alcohol or illegal drugs into your system. So I think that that's appropriate also. Do you have, I'll just ask you directly, usually the state has the ability to check out criminal history, but I don't think that computer system is operational right now. Do you have prior convictions for felony cases?
I did at one time, Your Honor, and I had those records expunged over 20 plus years ago.
Okay. Well, based on, these are serious charges. I think that it warrants the bond that, and conditions that have been stipulated to. I do find you have substantial contacts with the community, and therefore, instead of a $20,000 cash or surety bond recommended by the state, I'm going to order 10,000 cash or surety bond with the conditions of bond as previously set forth.
All right, we're gonna have to bail.
I understand that, Judge, and I have also, my son drove up from Oklahoma last night, and he is taking possession of all firearms that I own and taking them back to Oklahoma.
Well, it sounds like it's a good idea to get those out of your possession because the
police will take them.
Your ability to take custody or possession, because that's a condition of your bond.
All right. That's all we're going to do there. Judge is coming back. I just saw breaking news. This is from Roz Alerts. Phoenix, Arizona Supreme Court building has been evacuated due to a hazardous situation after a suspicious package was found which tested positive for homemade explosives. This is just breaking right now in Phoenix, Arizona. Supreme Court building evacuated. Cops have set up a perimeter. They're going to probably have to use a robot and detonate that. We're going to hear X. We're going to hear. He's got to be a great public speaker, I think.
It's all right. It's all right. As long as everybody's got a couple.
Just waiting for the jury to come in.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Talks people into signing something without their own signature even.
Okay. Counsel approach.
Private time ensues. Judge calls a sidebar. Not sure what this is about. Let's see. Just checking the news to see what else is happening.
Gentlemen, I apologize, but I'm going to have to take another quick break. I've got an issue that I've got to deal with outside your presence, so if the 12 of you would go back to the jury room, and then I'm going to have you stay here so we can just put on the record what you told Justin, okay?
Okay.
Does it make sense? I have to make a record of everything, so I'm going to do it outside of their presence. So let's just do it that way.
What just happened? Do we need an alternate? Do we need an alternate? Ba-dum-bum. Something just happened. It's about to go down.
And you can just go ahead and have a seat up there. You guys could be seated. We are on the record. Outside the presence of the jury, I have asked Ms. Keller, the alternate, to remain behind because as we were entering the courtroom, she informed Justin that she recognized one of the witnesses that just testified. Is that correct? Do you remember which witness it was?
Jury Friday.
Miss Friday.
Miss
Okay.
Friday.
So explain, if you will, just again, I just need to make a record of everything, just to make sure that everything is above board. What is your relationship to Miss Friday?
I don't actually know her, but I know who she is. She is the music teacher at two of my granddaughter's school.
Oh, she's a music teacher at granddaughter's
Okay.
school.
That's over in Middletown, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, is there anything about, you don't socialize with her or anything like that? Is there anything about that relationship that would make it difficult for you to be fair and impartial?
No.
Okay. I don't have any problems, but Ms. Tranter, is there any request by the state?
It's more the
No, Your Honor.
defense.
State has
Mr.
no
Gibbs, you're
objection.
satisfied that,
Yes, Your
that she
Honor.
can remain fair and impartial?
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, bring the rest of them back in. You can just stay right there.
All the other jurors are like, "What's with the alternate?" You never know.
All rise.
Could have been anything. You never know.
All right, thank you again, and you may be seated. Ms. Tranter, call your next witness.
State calls Noel Shamleffer.
This is the first Noel we've had on the stand in this trial. What county is Phoenix in? Anybody know? Phoenix, Arizona. What county is that? Tempe?
Stay standing, face me, raise your right hand.
Maricopa?
You swear from the testimony you'll give in these proceedings to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Good, have a seat.
I do.
There's water if you need it. and
You're
that's
going to have to talk louder, ma'am.
All right, Noel, I'm going to remind you need to keep your voice up nice and loud, okay? Because we need to make sure everybody in the back of the room is able to hear you. So let's start off by stating your name, and if you could spell your last name, please, for us.
Noel Shamleffer, Shamleffer.
Okay, and how are you employed?
I am an election administrator with the Warren County Board of Elections.
Okay, and tell us, what does an election administrator do?
I put in voter registrations, confirmations, change of addresses. I also, for my particular job, help to staff the elections with poll workers. I also work on petitions, and I also work on duplicates, which are if you move to Butler County and you register in Butler County, then we get a list of people that are registered in two places, and so we have a process to send your Warren County information to Butler County.
Gotcha.
So
Sort
that's
out.
that's primarily everything I do.
Okay, and as part of your job duties, are you responsible for reviewing signatures on petitions that come into the Board of Elections?
Yes.
Okay, and I don't think I asked you this, but how long have you held your current position?
I've been working there since full-time since November of 2020.
Okay. So approximately 5 years?
Yes.
A little over? Okay. And how often would you say, Noel, that you have an occasion to review signatures as part of your job?
It's very seasonal, so it depends on the filing deadline for a candidate or an issue. Around the filing deadline is when the majority of the petitions come in, so you could not work on anything for a couple of months, and then you could work on petitions every day for another
Kind of be bombarded
week or
with
so.
them?
Yes.
Closer it is to filing
Yes.
times, correct?
Yes.
All right. Have you received any sort of specific training in regards to reviewing signatures?
Just from the other people in the office. And we also have a list of codes provided by the Secretary of State as to how we code a signature.
Okay.
But nothing, not a course.
Not a course. So on-the-job training, is that
Yes.
fair?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And is it only signatures on petitions that you review, or are there other instances where you have other documents that come through the Board of Elections with signatures that you have to review?
The first instance we would review a voter is on their voter registration card. And if that's a new registration, we scan and copy that into the voter record. So you're not checking the signature at that point. But a signature, we would review it if they signed a petition, if they filled out an absentee application, and on if they return an absentee ballot. Those are the three main areas where a signature is verified.
Okay. All right. And
it's also more casually checked, like if they do a cancellation or a confirmation. So if they send in a more recent confirmation, then that signature would replace the voter registration signature. So you're looking at those not as a comparison as closely as you do for an absentee application, ballot, or petition.
okay. What do you mean by confirmation?
Like if someone was, maybe their driver's license said UV, and we thought it said UU, and so they would get kicked into what's called a BMV confirmation status. So they fill out a form, hopefully more legibly, and we would just, make the change. Or sometimes if, we can't read, like maybe their name is James Smith, and with an I, and we think looks like it SMETH. So just a little bit of typos because of the way their name was written. That would kick them into a confirmation.
Okay. Okay. So through the course of your employment, did you have occasion to review signatures on an initiative petition relating to creating the Ohio Citizens Redistricting Committee?
Yes.
Okay. Tell the jury your general process that you go through when you're comparing signatures or verifying signatures.
Okay, so what I do is I have a software program that has every registered voter in Warren County, and that shows their signature from their voter registration card. It also shows every document that has ever been attached to them. So if they moved and filled out another voter registration card, if they filled out an absentee application, that's scanned. If they filled out and returned in a ballot, the ballot is not scanned, but the outside envelope is scanned. Also, when a voter votes, their signature is captured and stored. So as part of...
This is a lot of collection.
Looking at a petition, we check the part number, that we're on the right part, and then you would call up the person's address, and that's how you verify you have the right person. So you match the name and the address, and then you match the signature. So we have the signature on the petition form, and then we have the signature that we have on file, which is usually from their most recent voter registration. And so we're looking that they're similar, that they look, that they signed the same name, that they signed it in the same way, and that it matches that a reasonable approximation of their signature.
Okay. All right. So part of this process is checking addresses, you said, as well.
Yes.
Okay. And where does that information come from?
That's the address that the voter has provided, either through a voter registration form, And that's stored in our voter registration database.
Okay. And if you're reviewing petitions and you come across an address that doesn't match what you have on file for the Board of Elections, what do you do?
Okay, so on a petition, let's say John Smith wrote down that he lived at 123 Maple Street, and we have him listed as John Smith at 123 Oak Street, then we code that as an NRA, which is not registered address. And so that signature is not valid.
Okay. And the NRA, does that come from the list of codes from the Secretary of
Yes.
State that you testified about?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Noel, did you use these same techniques that you testified to in reviewing the petitions that are relevant in this matter?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to go through some of these here, or actually all of them. And I'm going to put stuff up on the screen that's going to appear right in front of you as well, so you can see. So we're going to look at State's Exhibit number 1. And do you recognize that?
Yes.
Okay. And is State's Exhibit one of the petitions that you reviewed in this matter?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you know that State's Exhibit 1 is a petition that you personally reviewed?
Because my initials are there.
Okay.
That's a touch screen in front of you. You can
Oh.
literally touch it and.
Those
They
are
all
my
are.
initials.
Yep, perfect. All right, so those are your initials. Okay. Do you affix those to every petition that you review?
Yes.
Okay. And states, regarding states number 1, next to your initials there, we have valid, invalid, and total. What do those represent?
Valid is the number of signatures that appear valid, which means the name, the address, and the signature and the date of signing look good, look okay.
Okay. All right.
And
go ahead.
And invalid would be the ones that aren't okay for whatever reason.
Okay. Can there be multiple reasons that a signature might be invalid?
Yes.
Okay. Such as?
You could have a not genuine signature, and the main reasons for it being not genuine are it just doesn't match. The person could have changed their name, so maybe they got married and they signed with their married name, but their maiden name is in the voter registration. And the other common instance is they print their name on the petition, but we have in their voter record, all their documents and the signatures saved when they voted on the electronic keypad, none of those are printed. You could have, they're not registered at all, so you type in the address or the name, you can't find a match for anyone in the voter database. You could also have a not illegible, so you can't read anything that they wrote, name or address. You could have a blank line, there's nothing there. You can also have a line out, or maybe they signed it and then they marked through it for whatever reason. Those are the most, you also can have out of area, so they don't live in the area that is related to the petition. Those are the most common.
Okay, so multiple reasons.
Yes.
Potentially.
And you can have more than one reason that it's wrong.
Okay. And is there a system, if you have more than one reason for a signature not being valid, is there a system to which code that you use?
The defendant is asleep.
You kind of do the most important or the most encompassing reason. So if they lived out of the area, that would be the code you would use, because it doesn't matter if you could read it if they're not registered in Warren County. So
Okay.
then you just kind of go through the tiers of importance.
So, fair to say, kind of the easiest way to identify that something is wrong?
Yes.
Is that a fair statement? Okay. So regarding petition number 1, or I'm sorry, State's Exhibit number 1, you listed 6 as valid, 27 as invalid, and a total of 33 signatures, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So theoretically, once you are finished reviewing a petition, what do you do with it?
I put it back, we have two stacks, the to be done stack and the completed stack, and I put it in with the completed stack in numerical order according to part number.
Okay.
So, and the part number is the handwritten number, like the 60.
Okay.
It'll be part 60, so we put them back into a numerical order.
Okay, so under the petition number then?
Yes.
Okay, so this would be like number 60 of that petition?
Yes.
Meaning that there should be 59
Yes.
ahead of it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're going to turn to the first page of Exhibit 1, okay? Walk us through what you do in checking these signatures.
Okay, so I have my software open and I put in the address first because that's just the easiest thing to check. If someone's not at their registered address, then you just move on. So once I find the address, then I look for a name that matches the first and last name, and I pull up that record, and then I verify that the signature looks similar. And if it does, I check it, then I enter, in the software you have to enter the date that they signed it. You check that it's on the right line. So when this petition is entered, I don't remember how many lines are in this one, but let's say it's 20. There's only 20 lines that you can enter something. So you make sure you're on the right line number. Then you enter the date that they signed it. And that's after you've checked that the signature looks the same. And then you say that is, you click the button that says Verify Voter, and it's usually automatic, and it will pop up valid, which means that this is the first time that person has signed this particular petition, and then you hit accept. If they've signed before, which is common on these really huge petitions, it'll say duplicate. It will also say out of area, and that is more for an issue or a candidate. Like everyone in Warren County would fall under the umbrella of this petition. But, if Franklin County had a school levy and someone signed it from Lebanon, it would pop up and let you know that they were out of the area.
And not eligible
Right.
to vote for that particular issue. Okay. All right. Now, along each of these boxes here on the left-hand side, for instance, this first page, they're all check marks. Okay. Were those put there by you?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about a few of these
How about number
individually.
one?
And the first one I want to talk about is the very first box.
The sheriff.
Which is
Says he did not
box
sign.
number 1 on page 1, and that appears to be the name of Barry Riley, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So tell us, what did you do when you checked that particular signature?
I saw that it was him, and I was surprised because he was the sheriff or going to be the sheriff. And usually law enforcement doesn't sign petitions because a lot of them have redacted addresses or private addresses. And I took it to my deputy director, and I said, I think this is weird that he signed this. It doesn't seem that he would. And to the best of my recollection, she said, well, just go ahead and check it, and we'll set it aside and come back to it. So I looked at the signature, and it looked close enough. Again, I haven't said this before, but I
New
proceed assuming the signatures are accurate because they're signed, the circulator is signed that, they witnessed the person. So,
Is that something that is procedure or that you're trained to do? Like start from, the starting point is that the signature is accurate?
yes.
Okay. So that's not an individual choice is what I'm trying to ask you. It's not
Right.
your individual choice, it's sort of the procedure of the Board of Elections.
Right. I've never had anyone tell me, assume that the signature is incorrect. So
But you still check
we're
every
working
one of
from a
them.
good faith perspective that every signature is the person, the actual person. So I went ahead and I just kept working on this petition and just set it aside since it seemed a little odd.
Okay, just because of the fact that Barry Riley's name was on this at this point.
Right, it was his name, not his signature, that kind of raised a red flag.
Okay. Now, I put it here for comparison's sake. This is State's Exhibit number 1A, okay? And with State's Exhibit number 1A, would that be a signature that you used for comparing
Yes.
Mr. Riley's signature, Sheriff Riley's signature to the petition?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at the end of your review, you marked a check mark next to Mr. Riley's signature, right?
Yes.
Okay, so can you explain why that check mark was placed there by you?
Because the voter registration card is from October 5th, 1992. So that would have been 20, 30 years. Math is not my strong point. And it was
I'm a
close
signature
enough
person. I don't do math.
that in 30 years you could imagine the person's signature changing somewhat.
Okay, we're going back down. This is too high.
It wasn't wildly different. The Y's were kind of similar. The R's were a little bit similar. It was not glaringly not his signature.
Okay, so working from the baseline of you're giving the benefit of the doubt to the person signing, you put a check mark there.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, so in this particular case, it was not the signature that caused you to speak to your supervisors. It was just the fact that Sheriff Riley's name was on this petition?
I tried them, but they're not the
Okay.
bourbon ones.
So,
They're just
at the
spicy.
time of your review, you believed, or were believed to an extent that you were comfortable with as counting that as a valid signature.
Yes.
No,
Is
the
that
other
fair?
Friday
Yes.
was the piano
Okay.
teacher. This is Noel.
Ultimately, did you find out, was your assessment on this one correct?
Yes, my
Costco has
supervisor
spices.
called him and he said he didn't sign it.
Okay, so his signature in fact turned out to be not valid.
Right.
But once that was found out, is it appropriate or is there protocol for you to go back and change your assessment?
That wasn't discussed. To the best of my recollection, we were told to go ahead and check all of them because you don't know if a signature is right or not unless you actually look at it. But we were instructed just keep checking them and then put them to the side.
Okay, that was your directive from your supervisors?
Yes.
Okay, is it common for someone from the Board of Election, when there's suspicion about a signature, to reach out to that individual? Like, would you do that as part of your job?
Would I reach out to Barry Riley?
Or anyone else who you suspect a signature might not be authentic? Is it part of your job then to pick up the
No.
phone and say, hey, Ms. Tranner, I've got this signature that I don't think is yours?
No.
No.
That would fall under the directors. What I do if I have a signature that I'm not sure about is I ask someone of another party in the office to look at that signature and do they think that it matches?
Okay, and by another party, you mean like another political party, right?
Right.
'Cause- go ahead.
My job is I'm politically appointed. I represent a party, and so the staff is half and half.
Okay.
And so for transparency and integrity, I would ask someone of the opposite party if they could look at it and just say, oh, I think it's weird that the sheriff signed this, or I think it looks like it could be, but what do you think? And so, and sometimes on tricky ones, like 3 people will look at a signature and just kind of try and find a common area that it might be the person, or no, it's not the person, or, you just try and get a consensus, because you don't want to say something is not genuine if it is genuine.
Sure, okay. So this is sort of a safeguard that's put in place to protect the integrity of the system, correct? Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now we're gonna look at this same page number 1. We're gonna drop down here to number 4, which is the Alan Hicks signature, right? And I'm gonna show you what we previously marked as State's Exhibit 1B. All right, and that's Mr. Hicks's voter registration card?
Yes.
Okay, is that a document that would have been used by you to compare signatures on this petition?
Yes.
Okay, and once again, on that particular petition, in box number 4, you marked a check mark by that one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Explain that. Why would you have marked a check mark on Mr. Hicks?
Because the A's look similar, the way he did the L into the E looks similar, and kind of how he ended the KS looked somewhat similar.
So were there enough similarities that at the time of review, you were comfortable saying that it was a genuine signature?
Yes.
Okay. And again, at the end of the investigation, you found out that that signature was not correct, or was not valid, correct?
Right.
Okay. And you used the same procedure and checked the address on Mr. Hicks as well?
Yes.
Okay. And same for Sheriff Riley, you checked his address as well?
Yes.
And that was valid? Okay. And we're gonna move on to page 3 on this particular document. And I'm going to refer you to it's actually the second page of the signatures for consistency's sake. And we're going to look at box number 8, Craig Schwartz. Okay, and that was something you reviewed as well?
Yes.
And did you put the NG next to his name?
Yes.
Okay. And Craig Schwartz's voter registration card is 1C. And was that a document that you used for comparison?
Yes.
Okay. And did you believe the signature on the petition was a match to the signatures that you had on record for Craig Schwartz?
No.
I'm sorry?
No, I didn't think it was
Okay,
the same
and that's the reason you
signature.
put the NG on there?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you check Mr. Schwartz's address as well?
Yes.
And it was the same address?
Yes.
Okay. And on that same page, if we go down to box number 9, it is information for a Joy Friday. And what was your determination for Joy Friday's signature?
Not genuine.
Okay. And you checked her address as well?
Yes.
And it was valid?
Yes.
Same one you had on file. And if you look at Exhibit 1D, is 1D part of the documentation you used to check the validity of the signatures?
Yes.
Okay. And ultimately you decided that that one was not genuine?
Correct.
Okay. Approximately how long does it take you to review a petition?
It obviously depends on the number of signatures, and they're usually between 18 to 25 or so. And it can take, I would say, at least a minute to 2 minutes per line.
Obviously, the more signatures, the longer it takes, right?
Right, and also it depends on if it's written clearly.
Mhm.
These petitions are a little bit easier to read because they're in a box, whereas candidate petitions are just a line, so they're doing their name. So these are usually a little bit easier to read.
Okay.
How much do they get paid? Does anybody know?
Are you on any sort of time limit checking these?
Can somebody do some public record searches?
Generally, yes. When these statewide petitions come in, they are usually, the deadline is usually a little bit before the 4th of July, and we're
Mhm.
given maybe like a week to 10 days. So these statewide petitions do have a deadline that is compact versus candidate or other local issues. They just come in more gradually, and we have a little bit of time after the filing deadline to get them all done.
Is there an expectation from your office on, you should be reviewing 10 petitions a day, or
No.
9 petitions a day, or?
No.
Okay, so you have flexibility to work at your own pace?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so State's Exhibit number 3, is this one of the petitions that you reviewed?
Yes.
And again, how do you know that?
With my initials.
Okay. And in this is, looks like Part 80 for this particular petition, right?
Yes.
And what numbers did you come up with for valid and invalid in this particular petition?
No valid, and I guess 30, it's cut off, but the total was 35, so it would be 35 invalid.
Okay. Did you consider that, or do you consider that to be unusual?
Yes.
Okay. Why is that?
Usually, you might have 5 to 10 that are invalid, and oftentimes those are people that one person starts to print, and then, a run of people under that will print. But usually a petition has 0, 1, 2, maybe 3 that are invalid. I don't ever recall having one that had every single signature invalid.
Prior to reviewing this
Yes.
particular petition? Okay. And we're gonna move to page 3 of State's Exhibit 3, and I'm gonna refer you, I'm sorry, it's actually page 2 of the signatures. I'm gonna refer you to box number 17, and we're looking here at information
Spy,
for
what is that,
a
Dr.
Melody
Pepper?
Ashley, correct? Or Ashby, sorry, Melody Ashby. And you had, is that one of the ones you reviewed?
Yes.
Okay. And what determination did you make with Miss Melody Ashby's signature?
That it was not genuine.
Okay. And we've marked State's Exhibit 3B, which is Miss Ashby's voter registration card. Is that a document that you used in comparing these signatures?
Yes.
Okay. And that NG, again, it was marked on the side by you?
Yes.
I'm curious
Okay.
if this
And on that
initiative
same
failed or
form-
passed by these signatures. Wow. Does he have like appendicitis or something?
Referring to the next box down, which is 18, which is a
Get him a doctor. He's
information
not
for
doing well.
James Ashby. Was that reviewed by you?
Yes.
And
Josh.
States 3A
Found it.
is a
Public records, beautiful
voter
thing.
registration card for James, right?
Yes.
Was that a document that you used to compare signatures?
Yes.
Okay. And ultimately, your decision that it was not a genuine signature?
Yes.
And The NG, again, the NG was put there by you?
Yes.
Fire department running by. Defense name is
Flip to the next
Zyzakia
page, I believe.
Saharbia Rose.
And
Rouse.
we're going to refer to box 24 on this one, which is information for a Taylor Morgan. That was reviewed by you?
Yes.
And I'm going to put up
No
state
training
exhibit
necessary. It's all on the
3C,
job.
which is a screen that shows Taylor Morgan's signature, correct?
Yes.
And is this part of the documentation that you would be using to
Yes.
review Mr. Morgan's signature? Or Ms. Morgan's signature?
Yes.
Okay. And what ultimately was your determination on that one?
That it was not genuine?
Okay. And that NG was put by you?
Yes.
And then we're gonna refer to that same page, the next line down, which is 25, and this is Laura Morgan. That was reviewed by you?
Yes.
And Ms. Morgan's voter registration card is contained on States 3D. And is that part of the documentation that you use to compare signatures?
Yes.
Okay. And ultimately, what was your determination on Laura Morgan?
That it was not genuine?
Okay, and that NG was put by you?
Yes.
And we're gonna look at State's Exhibit number 4. What are we looking at there? You recognize that document?
Yes.
Okay, and this was it, was this a petition that was reviewed by you?
Yes.
Okay, and your initials again are at the top, like on the other ones, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what was your determination on this one as far as valid and invalid signatures?
0 valid, 35 invalid, for a total of 35.
Okay. Again, did you consider that to be unusual?
Yes.
Okay. So now, in reviewing this, you found 2 that have 0, that you've determined had 0 valid, and
yes,
a high number, 35, I think, on both, of invalid signatures.
Yes.
Okay. And did you point that out to Mr. Sleeth or your supervisors?
Yes, so he was, by this point, keeping track of the ones by this circulator. So we would check them, and then we would give them to him, and he kept those.
Not his
Okay.
company, but just the circulator?
So, if I understand your testimony, every time you pulled a petition for Mr. Rouse, you would check it, and then it went immediately to
Yes.
Mr. Sleeth?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like, they profiled me.
All right, and we're gonna look at box number
His
35.
attorney isn't even listening to him anymore. Can you hear me? I'm talking to you, sir.
On this particular
Look, I hear
petition,
you. I hear you.
which is
I just don't care.
information for Scott Rayberg. And if we look at Exhibit 4A, 4A is the voter registration card for Scott Rayberg, correct?
Yes.
And his signature on the bottom, is that something that you use to assist you in comparing signatures?
Yes.
All right, and ultimately, what was your determination regarding the signature on box 35?
That it was not genuine?
They have a
And
week
that
of
mark-
work to
that
do,
NG was put there by you?
Yes.
once or twice a year. What do they do the rest of the year? What does this lady do? I mean, it's not practice with other signatures.
Okay, and the last one I
It's not higher
need to go over
education.
with
It's
you
not-
is State's Exhibit number 5. And
Continuing
this is a
education
petition
certificate
that you reviewed as well?
Yes.
Cash
Okay, your
paychecks.
initials appear on that as they have the other documents?
Yes.
And what was your conclusion as to the valid versus invalid on this one?
3 valid and 8 invalid, for a total of 11.
Okay. And drawing your attention specifically to box number 1. Okay, and that is information for Joanna Weaver. That's something that was reviewed by you?
Yes.
Okay, using the same techniques that you've already testified to?
Yes.
All right, and what was your determination as to Ms. Weaver's signature?
That it was valid.
Okay, and we've got a couple on there that are some codes that we haven't seen before, the NR and the NRA. Which of those codes indicate?
NR indicates that he's not registered in Warren County, and NRA indicates that the person is not registered at that address that they list.
So NRA would be they're registered in Warren County somewhere, but not at that particular address?
Right.
Okay, so those NRs and those NRAs, you would count towards your invalid total, right?
Yes.
And then the last one I'll have you look at is box 11, I believe. Yes, box number 11. And that is the box containing the information for Stephen Drake. You reviewed that one?
Yes.
Okay, and what was your determination as to that signature?
That it was valid.
Okay, and you put the check mark there?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't help but look at these.
All right.
Like the armrest.
Noel, in your
for the-
review
for the
of
lectern.
all of
It's all
these
greasy
signatures,
fingerprints.
did you use the same process and procedure to review in each,
Yes.
on each petition and each signature?
Articulate that
Okay.
process. Can we
Did you
just look at
vary,
it and guess?
in any capacity, the way that you compared these signatures at any time?
No.
Okay. And you don't know the defendant, correct?
No.
Never met him?
No.
Okay. And all of your review took place at the Board of Elections?
Yes.
Okay. And that's located in Warren County, state of Ohio?
Yes.
Okay. I have no further questions for you. Thank you.
Cross.
Thank you.
Ms. Noel, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Doing well. So, forgive me if I missed this in your earlier testimony, but how long have you been employed at the Board how long have you been employed in your current position?
Since November of 2020, full-time.
Full time.
And have you always been in
47,000 a
the
year.
same role?
No, I started doing poll worker or staffing poll workers before 4 years ago in August. So in August before the last gubernatorial election.
Okay. How much of your job would you say is reviewing signatures as a percentage?
I'd say a quarter, 20% to a quarter, depending on the time of the year.
Okay. And how common are inaccurate signatures received?
Fairly uncommon. There might be one or two per petition, but then there are lots of petitions that they're all accurate. It depends on the petition. There are more inaccurate signatures for statewide petitions.
I'll be right back.
And
Be
the
good.
least number of inaccurate signatures for local candidates.
Okay. And would you be aware, does your office track those percentages?
I'm not aware, that's not something I would do, so.
Okay. I understand you mentioned state issues and local issues. How do you receive the petitions for state issues?
They come from the Secretary of State, and Brian Sleeth, my director, could speak more accurately to the process of that, but I have gone up with a person of another party and actually picked up these big state petitions from the Secretary of State in Columbus and brought them back. And then they're given to the directors usually, and they will assign the petition number and then the part number and put the sticker on, put them in the system. Once they're set up in the system, then they're put at the back of the office in a basket, an email is sent out that they're ready, and then that's for every petition, and then depending on how many there are, you take one part or you take a stack of parts. It's just depends on how many there are.
And in your earlier testimony, you mentioned some training for being able to tell the accuracy of a signature. Is that correct?
I mentioned that we didn't have formal training. It was just the more experienced people training the less experienced people.
Okay, so kind of an internal, just like amongst coworkers type training?
Yes.
Hello? And you mentioned parties. Is that political parties?
Yes.
So is it an even between Republican and Democratic?
Yes.
And which party do you identify with?
I'm a Democrat.
Sustained. I don't know that it makes any difference. It's not relevant.
Yes, sir. Hello? I was just...
I didn't hear her answer, but you're to disregard her answer. It's not relevant what her party is.
No, and I was just getting to... I apologize.
No, it's okay.
So on these issues for the checking, I understand you mentioned as far as someone from a different party would also be reviewing it. So is that only if something's in question or if there's an issue with a petition?
Usually, yes. Because
I don't like podiums, Your Honor.
everyone in that office understands the importance of election integrity, and no one would ever mark his signature as genuine or not genuine to reflect how they wish something would turn out. It's just not, it wouldn't happen. So this is I'm not the only one who asks. We all ask if we're in a question about his signature because we want to do the right thing by the person who signed the petition.
Everyone in the office is
so
above
we don't
reproach.
want to make a mistake.
I see what you guys did. I was watching.
Because we're having trouble reading something. We want someone else. If we question something, we trust our coworkers that they'll also look at it objectively and try to get the right answer.
Just like in math. Judge said pickles, not
now,
politics.
To your knowledge,
not
does
relevant.
the Secretary of State's office perform any verification checks of any type?
That is not something that I would know. My director, Brian, could speak to that. I don't deal with the Secretary of State in that way.
Not my job.
Earlier, answering a question concerning, forgive me, let me rephrase that. When the prosecutor was asking you about the forms and saying, is it odd that you'd have a form where all of them are invalid? You said something to the effect of one will print and then a run. What exactly did you mean by that?
So instead of signing their name with cursive or an approximation of cursive, they would print it with, upper and lowercase letters.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, people do that sometimes. And then the person who comes after that to sign thinks, oh, I'm supposed to print my name, not sign my name.
And would that be marked as invalid then?
Yes. Let me walk that back.
The original one is.
We look at their record and look at every possible signature that they have for their record to see if at any point when they voted, when they filled out an absentee application, when they returned their ballot, when they had any other kind of signature, did they ever at any point print their signature? And if there is no instance of a print signature in their record, then it would be marked as not genuine.
I believe following another question a little later from the prosecutor, you mentioned that you, at a certain point, began putting all of the petitions that came from Mr. Rouse to your supervisor. Is that correct?
Yes.
When did that occur?
Pretty soon after they talked to Barry Riley is my understanding. I would say the same day for sure. But I don't know the exact time.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Speaking of Barry Riley, I know the prosecutor had gone over as far as there being a check and yet it not lining up there. Was the only reason you put that aside because you recognized Barry Riley, or was there any other issue you had with that specific petition for putting it aside?
If I remember that petition correctly, I do remember he was checked as being a valid signature. And I said that I was instructed to keep working on that petition while they were waiting to verify that. So you'll see the first 3 or so, I forget the exact number, are all marked genuine because I'm still assuming, I'm working under the good faith assumption that these people signed it. Once I found out that Barry Riley didn't sign it, and we were told to look at these petitions, then you realize that there are similar problems with several of them. And so I started spending much more time on each signature and noticing a pattern of how they were not genuine in particular ways.
You actually kind of went into my next question. How long would you say each signature or each petition takes to be reviewed?
Initially, when you think they're good, a minute to 2 minutes, like I said, depending on how legible they are, if the information matches, if it doesn't match. It can be very hard to read and still be a good signature, where you can, maybe you have an address that's, there are 7 people that are at that address, and so you're having to check each person for their signature. So that one can take 5, 6, 10 minutes to check. But an easy one that's easy to read, all the information matches, that's probably around 1 to 2 minutes.
And as far as inaccurate signatures and petitions, invalid petitions, have you ever been involved in any other criminal prosecution involving that
No.
realm? Are you familiar, like through your office or coworkers, anyone else who's been involved in
No.
a criminal prosecution?
No.
And am I assuming correctly, would it be your supervisor's decision as to initiate bringing this to the board and determining whether to seek criminal prosecution?
It would be the director's decision, and possibly in coordination with the deputy director and the board of trustees, or the board of elections.
Thank you very much. I have no further questions.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Ms. Shem-Leffler, please reduce them to writing. Do not discuss or display any proposed question with other members of the jury.
And we're putting private time. I think that we probably will have questions for her. She was a main component. I think she was the only person in the office that found any problems with any of the signatures. I'm not sure if that means that she was the only person working, or if nobody else just didn't, the other people just didn't find any. But I'm curious if there were other forms that this gentleman turned in that other people just checked off and said, they're good. They're all good. They're always good. We just always check it. Can we speed up this witness? I wish we could. Unfortunately, we're live, so we can't. Do take issue with the fact that she's just declaring that there's nobody in her office that would ever think of doing anything wrong. Unfortunately, a lot of people have their price point, and for the right amount of money, they will do bad things. So I don't think we should just trust the whole office because of that. Mine is $3.50. It's Greeners. So Exhibit A. It's cheaper than $47,000. I'm just saying, Greeners. I'm just saying. So did it only pass by 12 signatures? I wish I knew. I wish I knew if this. I mean, was there a redistricting issue on the ballot in this county in what was it? I would guess it would be in 2024, November 2024. I Unfortunately, signature forgers don't just use Bugs Bunny or Mickey Mouse, so it's a bit more difficult to pick up. Why is it this? I'm not a big job of AI taking over jobs. Really, computers taking jobs. It passed. Okay, so with or without this, it passed. But why is a computer not doing this? Why is this not Google that can analyze all of these in just seconds? And then you can flag everything and have people verify. Then there's a local story of AI that flagged students' bag of chips as blaming. It's a training issue, Greeners. It's a training issue. My son made a program that actually works with my home security cameras that recognizes vehicles driving by on the street.
All right, Ms. Schemleffer, the members of the jury have just a few questions, and I'll read them to you and you'll answer them. And then the attorneys may have some follow-up for you, okay? Okay. All right. I'll try to read this right. If a signature is in question, rather than putting a check mark, why not leave it blank or use another code that would indicate doubt about the signature?
Why do you check
Every
off the
time
shit?
there's doubt, do I look at you?
You can, I don't matter.
Okay. Every time there's doubt about a signature, you put the proper code for that signature. So if it's not genuine, if they use a really loopy signature, really wide space signature on the form, but then their signature and their voter registration is tight and thick, that's a signal that it doesn't match. I had no reason to think the signature didn't match Barry Riley's signature at that point because I had never seen, so I hadn't gotten to the bulk of the signatures that were not genuine yet, if that makes sense. It seemed like any other petition at that point.
What is the chance that 1 to 2 minutes per line is not enough time to validate a signature and more can be wrong, so they get a check mark due to time constraints?
That has never happened.
That's never happened. Okay,
When comparing to validate a petition, if it is a duplicate, is it a duplicate only if the first petition signature / address were marked correct?
Yes, because that's what causes it to be a duplicate, is that it's already in the system as a valid signature.
Follow-up question, what would happen if the first signature address wasn't correct? Would the second be marked as valid?
I'm not exactly sure how the system works, but if, for example, you had a woman who signed a petition in February with her maiden name, and when the petition's checked in July, she's gotten married, and it doesn't match, it's marked not genuine because it doesn't match, then we get a petition that is signed in late June with her married name. My understanding is, and I'm not 100% about this, but my understanding is that second signature is valid because the last name matches.
When a signature is in question, are the signers ever called for verification?
I don't know.
Not my job.
Were any of these petitions picked up in person?
I think these were picked up in person, but I'm not positive.
Does a member of both parties pick them up?
Yes.
Those are all the questions for the jury. Ms. Tranter?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Gibbs?
Nothing further.
All right, thank you. You may step down. You are excused.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 4 o'clock. I told you we would go until 4:30, but I have a feeling the next witness is not going to be finished in 30 minutes.
She will not be as long as Ms. Schemleffer. There's only one petition that I have to review with her.
So we are going to do it?
You guys want to go on one more? Yes. Okay, let's do one more.
Might as well. Thank you, Judge.
State's next witness is Judy Shope.
Who's the court watcher today? Teresa, there seem to be a few teeny flaws in this system. The fact that there is no established guidelines, everyone's just like, this is how we've been doing it.
Swear affirm the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
There's some water, touch screen. Is that Jessica?
Judge, I just want to make sure Ms. Shamleffer has been excused. I have no intention of
I have not heard any
recalling.
motion for separation of witnesses.
I haven't either.
So if there is one, if you want to make one now, I mean, we're kind of late in the day, but I don't have any objection or
We
staying.
have no objection to her being here.
Okay, proceed.
Okay. Ma'am, if you keep your voice up nice and loud for me, okay? I know you're kind of soft-spoken. So let's start with your name, and if you could spell your last name for the record, please.
Judy Shope, S-H-O-P-E.
And how are you employed, Ms. Shope?
Employed by the Board of Elections.
Yeah, okay. And do you have a job title with the Board of Elections?
My main task is campaign finance, but I do a lot of other daily things that we all do, like voter registrations.
Follow the
check
money.
Signatures on petitions.
Okay.
Answer calls, wait on the counter.
A little bit of everything, huh?
Yeah.
All right. How long have you been employed with the Board of Elections?
14 years.
Okay. So you've been doing this for a little bit, huh? So as part of your duties, do you have occasion to review signatures on petitions that come into the Board of Elections?
Yes.
And how often do you have, in your 14 years, how often do you say you do that?
Whenever there is a petition deadline, 2 or 3 times a year.
Okay. Is that a big chunk of your job, do you think? Percentage-wise?
Yeah, in certain times of the year. So, yeah.
Okay. And through the course of your employment, did you have occasion to have the opportunity to review petitions and signatures on an initiative petition on the issue of a redistricting committee?
Yes.
Okay. And obviously, you know, that's why we're here today, right?
Yes.
Tell the jury, just in general, what is your process for reviewing a signature to determine if it's valid or not?
I pull up the voter's name in our computer system, and we have a signature on file. I compare that to what is on the petition. Most of the time, it's instant, like, oh yeah, that's them. Sometimes it's like, you don't know, but there's other scanned documents. We can go back and look and try to look for similar, like to see, or the way they write certain ways. And if it matches, in my opinion, I accept it. If it's not enough information, or if it doesn't look like it's the same person, I put it non-genuine, which means I couldn't tell that it matched.
And the codes that you use, are those the codes that are supplied to you by the Secretary of State?
Yes.
Okay, so those are used across the board, correct?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Tripp, I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 2, and we're going to talk about that, okay? Do you recognize that document?
Yes.
Okay, and is this one of the initiative petitions that you had an opportunity to review?
Yes.
All right, and how can you tell on that document this is one that you reviewed?
It's got my initials on it.
Okay, and if that screen in front of you is a touch screen, so you can, if you just circle where your initials are up there.
Okay.
There you go. All right, and that's how you can tell you reviewed this one.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the petition. This particular petition is Part 61, correct?
Yes.
Okay, meaning that there are 60 other of this particular petitions out there before this one, correct?
Yes.
All right, and we've got a label there, a valid, invalid, and a total. Are those numbers supplied by you?
Yes.
Okay, and what was your determination regarding this particular petition?
16 were good. 19 were not acceptable.
Not good, NG.
Which was a total of 35 signatures.
Okay. Now, when you are reviewing a petition, this petition in particular, were you under any directive from Mr. Sleeth or your supervisors regarding this particular initiative petition?
Well, as always, if there's a problem or if there's several that doesn't look good, we need to bring it to their attention.
Okay. Was that the case in review of this particular petition submitted by Mr. Rouse?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about a couple of these signatures, okay? And I'm going to refer you to box 19. Get to the correct page. Box 19 on this exhibit, which is this box here, right? And that was a signature that was reviewed by you?
Yes.
Okay, and that's Caitlin Dressler, correct?
Correct.
All right, and I'm also going to put up here State's Exhibit number 2A, which is here, and that would be Ms.
We're gonna be here
Dressler's
for more than
voter
half an hour.
registration card?
Yes.
Okay. And is 2A part of the documents that you use to compare signatures and determine if it was valid or invalid?
Yes.
Okay. And ultimately, your review of Ms. Dressler's signature on the petition, what did you make, what was your determination?
It looked close enough, in my opinion.
Oh,
It looked close enough in your opinion? Now, what do you mean by that?
First name, the way they signed it, looked close.
Okay. Were there enough similarities between the signature on the petition and Ms. Dressler's voter registration card that you felt comfortable saying it was a valid signature?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the reason why you would put the check mark there?
Correct.
Okay. And that check was placed by you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And ultimately,
The defendant's
well, let me
like,
ask you this.
"Ha,
Did you check, as part of
faked
your
that
review,
one."
did you check Ms. Dressler's address?
Yes.
Okay. And is that part of the procedure in your process in
Yes.
reviewing these petitions?
It is, yes.
Okay. And her address was found to be valid?
Correct.
Okay. And so ultimately, did you find out that your assessment of Ms. Dressler's signature was incorrect? Was it actually determined to be valid, a valid signature?
Oh, yes.
It was?
Yes.
By you?
I checked it, yes, and check mark means.
Check mark means?
Correct.
Correct,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Ultimately, were you correct in your assessment? That it was a valid signature?
Yeah, I assume so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's refer to the petition again, and we're gonna look at the bottom box here, which is number 20. Okay, and that is Adam Dressler, correct?
Yes.
All right, and then I'm gonna show you State's Exhibit 2B. Okay, and 2B is a copy of Adam Dressler's voter registration card, correct?
Yes.
All right, and was this part of the documentation that you used to compare signatures?
Yes.
All right, and ultimately, what was your assessment of Adam Dressler's signature?
It didn't look the same.
Okay, and as a result of your opinion that it did not look the same, what did you mark this as?
NG, non-genuine.
Okay, and that NG was placed there on the left-hand side by you?
Correct.
Okay, and that's because there weren't enough similarities?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this the most blinged defendant we've ever had in court? He's got like rings on
Now
half
I'm
his
gonna
fingers.
look at the next page and box 21, which is up here at the top. And that information is contained, information for a Kim Flouting, correct?
Yes.
And I'm gonna show you this document, which is States 2C. And does the signature that appears on 2C, is that part of the documentation that you used for comparison in this particular signature?
Yes.
Okay. And ultimately, what was your decision as to the signature of Kim Flouting?
Acceptable.
Okay, it was acceptable? Okay. Have you ever been wrong in your
Have you ever been
assessments
wrong?
in reviewing signatures over your 14 years?
Never.
I
Never.
have not been told that.
You haven't been told that?
No.
Okay. Is it possible?
I guess it's possible.
Okay. You don't have any, well, strike that. What sort of training do you receive in reviewing signatures?
Just look and see if it looks the same, and like I said, if it doesn't, look for certain letters or the way they write their name and stuff. Just
Are you required to go to any particular class or do any online studies, anything like that?
no.
Okay. Is it fair to say that this is more on-the-job training?
Yes.
Just training you get by experience?
Correct.
Rather than going to school and having a 40-hour class or whatnot,
That's
correct?
correct, yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
This is a flaw in the
Ultimately,
system.
Ms. Shope, did you use the same process in reviewing all these signatures that you've spoken about today?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm worried about the
And did you ever
defendant's
vary from that
appendix.
process at all?
No.
No? Okay. And you don't know the defendant in this matter, correct?
No.
All right. Okay, I have no further questions for you. Thank you.
Cross.
Thank you.
Hello, Ms. Shope.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
So, the prosecutor just went through and kind of asked how you evaluate the signatures and that. Is it common to have invalid signatures in petitions?
Yes, for different reasons. Like
The other
a
one said no.
non-genuine can mean they printed and we have no way of knowing that was them, or they could have gotten married and their last name's not matching, or the signature, like in these cases, just don't look the same. So,
And is there a threshold as far, or a policy where at a certain point, then you would bring it to your supervisor, or is it kind of just discretionary?
kind of discretionary. We know if there's a lot, we would take it to them, just to bring it to their attention.
And I believe you'd mentioned that you've been with the Board of Elections for, was it 14 years?
Yes.
Okay. And always in this role?
Yeah, all of us look at signatures and petitions, so yeah, I've been doing it for 14 years, yes.
Okay. One question, on the petitions, there's the verification page, right? It has this was the circulator that collected it signing, is that correct?
There is the circulator page, yes.
Do you guys verify the signatures on the circulator page?
I don't do that part of it. My director and deputy director are the ones that enter that into the computer. I don't even do that part of it. I just look at the signatures of the people that signed the petitions.
Okay, so you don't check the circulator
I
signatures?
don't, but I don't know if they do or not.
Okay. No further questions?
Redirect.
So
Nothing further, Your
It
Honor.
wasn't
All right,
him.
ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Ms. Shope, please reduce them to writing. Do not discuss or display any proposed question with other members of the jury.
Don't want to spoil it for you, jury, but if you have no questions, you're going home right now. Right now. The fake circulator defense could be what we're going with. Somebody submitted these fraudulent things in my name. The audacity. The audacity for somebody to submit the fraudulent signatures and sally the name, tarnish the name of Exakias Harabia Rus or something similar to that. What is this trial about? It's about election falsification and 12 counts of forgery. Small things. Depending on how the sentencing goes, if he's convicted, which, you know, I have to admit, it's not looking good for him right now in my book. He could get sentenced for each one separately and serve them concurrently, one after another. Consecutively, one after another, instead of concurrently. And he could be doing like years and years in prison. So I want to see X's signature. Yeah. apparently there are some questions. The way they verify signatures is how me and my friends verify if our dirt bikes are strapped down good enough or they aren't going nowhere. You hit the straps a couple times, shake it. It's like, oh, it's good. We can go 70 miles on a dirt road, no problem. Good stuff. Oh, man, I miss riding dirt bikes, well. I just need, nowadays I think I need a Yamaha 450. Would that, I don't need that much power, but I probably need more than the 250 because I'm a big guy.
Ms. Choate, the members of the jury have just a couple of questions, and I'm going to read them. You'll answer them. And then the attorneys may have some follow-up for you, okay? All right, first question. If there is a signature that the first person does not deem valid and the second person of a different political party offers their view, do they still initial it?
No. I mean, the person that has the petition check-in, that's the one that initials it.
Okay. Voter registration has a middle initial, but the signature on the petition doesn't. That doesn't make it invalid?
It does not make it invalid.
Okay. Those are any questions, Ms. Tranter?
No, sir.
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You may step down. You excuse me.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will take.
Now we're done.
We'll take a break for the evening. Remember my instructions that I gave you this morning about discussing the case. It's gonna apply to your conduct overnight too. So it's a little bit different because you're now going home to your family. We don't sequester juries on a case on this case, so you get to go home to your families. But your family's going to want to know about your day because you're doing something that's unusual for most of us, for most of you. So my suggestion is that you simply tell them now that the judge says I can't talk about it. Because once you start down that road and you start discussing something, it's kind of hard to stop. It's kind of hard to know when to stop or where to stop. So my suggestion is don't start. So don't just tell them, say, well, when we're finished with the case, the judge says I can tell you all about it then. So overnight, don't discuss it. Remember my instructions about doing any research or anything on your own. Now, tomorrow, I have an 8:30 docket, so just a few cases. Looks like I have 4 things at 8:30. So what we'll plan on doing is starting at 9 o'clock. I'll try to wrap these things up between 8:30 and 9. And so if everybody will be back, report to the jury room before 9 o'clock. Justin typically will have some fresh coffee and donuts for you. So if you'll come, want to sit back and relax a little bit before we come in the courtroom, you are welcome to do that. Remember, when you come into the building, report directly to the jury room. Be ready to go at 9 o'clock. Okay, with that, I'll see everybody tomorrow morning.
Fresh donuts. Well, once he gets up, he pops into position. But it's the getting up that's just painful. I hope he's doing okay. Well, what says you, Mr. Defendant? Now that the jury is gone, did your tummy get better?
All right, so you have 2 more witnesses?
Yes, sir.
Who's Stanford Williams?
Stanford Williams was the defendant's supervisor.
Oh. So and then so that him and then
Yes.
obviously
Then
Detective Jenkins.
Detective Jenkinson. And
BWC.
And then
BWC, yeah, and barring any
BWC.
catastrophes, Mr.
Detective Jenkinson from the Bureau of Workers' Compensation.
We can give him a new title.
All right. So you have just Mr. Rouse, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so it's looking like we could probably wrap this up
tomorrow
with
morning.
testimony by 12:30 tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, I think so, easily.
Agreed?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to hold anybody to that. So.
Sure.
I will.
So let's kind of plan on that, and then we can make. You guys, I made some adjustments to the jury instructions, just cleaning them up a little bit. Took out the stuff with the there was some repetitive stuff with knowingly, and just clean it up a little, make it a little bit easier to read. But I'll send this copy to you guys now, and then, is there nothing else the state had with regard to the proposed instructions?
No, nothing
Nothing?
additional.
Yeah, they're pretty standardized. We have the 3 counts with the age or the additional finding, right?
Right.
Okay.
And I did send Magistrate Mull, I think I copied you on that email with a list of which victim goes with each count.
Do you want me to put that in the instructions, or was that what your request, or was that something you're going to cover?
I mean, I am going to cover it in my closing.
All right, let me think. Do you have an objection if I put the alleged victim as to which count, and at least for those 3, or do you want it for every one?
I personally think it's easier, just for clarity's sake, for the jury if you put a name to each count.
Okay.
I mean, they have been provided with a bill of particulars, and I listed each.
Yeah. Jonathan, do you have an objection if I list in the instructions when I'm going through which one applies to which, allegedly applies to which person?
Jonathan.
Just for clarity's sake?
I don't have any objection to that.
Okay, yeah, it seems like it might make it simpler. All right, let me add that language, and then I'll get something to you guys.
Okay.
All right, anything else then, guys?
No.
All right, I'll see everybody tomorrow.
Okay. All right, so plan on like 45 minutes.
Yep, I'll be here.
I'll be here. All right. That takes us through the end of the day. Not the most gripping case as far as the facts go, but a fun one nevertheless, and I can't wait to hear from the defendant who takes the stand and gets to say what happened in his own words. Plus, we're going to hear from his boss and the detective. So tomorrow might be a little more interesting than today for sure. And then, of course, we might have some more cases to jump to. So his chair is very shiny. It is. Bit unsteady on his feet. Grab that cane. Gonna need it. Defense says make sure you show up tomorrow. Is that your phone? That's his phone. Can I just leave it here? No, you need to take it home and charge it. What? We're going to mute this because the court's audio is loud and noisy. Don't let the appendix burst overnight. No, seriously. He's like, yeah, you ought to get that checked out. Judge says, I'm not a doctor, but it looks like it looks like it hurts you quite a bit, and you should probably take care of that before you go to jail. But don't be a frog. Right. All right. How's everybody doing today? How's your new year going? Week 2 of the new year. Not a full week, but week 2. My first gallbladder attack is horrible. I know. It's not something I'd want to wish on anybody. Not good. I mean, it's not good would be good. So not good. He's got his bag. She's got her bag. Everyone grab your stuff. Judges just clean up. Grab your cups. Grab your garbage. Clean up after yourself. Take your badge. Push your chairs in. Remember, make it easy on the cleaners. Say goodbye to Justin. Hey, Justin, how's it going? Are those your gloves, Justin? Whose are those? Are those yours? She says, not mine. Justin's like, well, I don't want to leave them there. Here in my courtroom. Huh. All right. We're done. Can't believe it's January. I know. It's crazy. I'm using a straw to drink water because I can't feel half my face. It sounds like you went to the dentist, Camilla. Always a fun time. Always a fun time. Thank you all. Let's see. I have super old wood stove in my house, a pile of wood to burn, but also have central air. My question is burning wood pointless? I think not if it saves money of gas. I preferably like the smell of a wood burning fire. I don't like the smell of burning gas as much. That's just personal preference, though. So. All right. Happy New Year. To Droopy Draw, speak it out. Yeah, we're done. drive safely in the morning. I will be up at 3:30 in the morning, which means I'm going to go to bed early tonight. I've got to drive my son to the airport, drop him off, and I should be back here by 7:30. So we'll be on time. We won't miss a beat, but I might be a little bit sleepy tomorrow. I was a teensy bit sleepy today. I might be a little bit more sleepy tomorrow. So we'll see. Tomato Troy, thanks for gifting a membership. It went to Judy V. Thank you all. Didn't you already go to bed about an hour ago? Point. Fair point, Mr. Libby. I appreciate that. Tomorrow is Mrs. Aria's birthday. I'm super excited. I think I'm going to take her out to dinner. If you have any other suggestions, please let me know right away. It's the burner phone. I need ideas. So go to bed early tonight. All right, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again tomorrow morning, bright and early after I drop my son off at the airport. And maybe a Mountain Dew. Don't sleep through dinner. Take her to Panda Express. She likes Panda Express, but not as much as I do. I think for her birthday, we'd probably go somewhere that she really enjoys. So. Hypnotic Dogs, today's my birthday. I forgot to send it on the form. Oh no. Oh no. Tell you what. Tell you what we'll do. Hypnotic Dogs. Hold, please. Wait for it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hypnotic Dogs. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Have a happy birthday. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.